bafike ngesikhathi.
To start our proceedings, I'm going to request that we all rise and sing the national anthem, and also request that those of us who are men, we remove our hats and our caps and our zgokos and everything.
Ukuqala umhlangano wethu ngizocela ukuthi sicule iculo lesizwe sisukume, bengicela ukuthi abobaba bakhulule izigcoko.
Thank you very much. As I said, we are ready to start, and we are honored and privileged as the Portfolio Committee on Transport to be here today.
Siyabonga kakhulu njengoba ngishilo ukuthi sesizoqala sijabulela kakhulu leli thuba njengekomiti lezokuthutha ukuthi sibe khona nani namuhla.
In front of you is the Portfolio Committee on Transport.
Phambi kwethu kuyikomiti elihlonyiwe lezokuthutha laseParliament.
I wanted to introduce everybody, but I see there are members who have just stepped out, so I will do that a bit later.
Bengithanda ukuthi ngazisa ikomiti lonke kodwa ngiyabona ukuthi kukhona amanye amalungu asesengaphandle ngizobazisa ngemuva kwesikhathi.
Our program is very simple and straightforward.
Uhlelo lwethu lulula futhi liqondile.
We are also privileged to have Councillor Mokwane, who is the MMC for Corporate and Shared Services in the town we are in, with us.
Futhi ke sibonga kakhulu ukuthi ke sino councillor uMukwame oku MMC for Corporate Services kulo masipala.
In Mpumalanga, it's the first time that MMC we have a councillor or somebody representing the municipality joining us. We truly appreciate it, and we are really honored. And please send the message to the Speaker and the Mayor that we truly appreciate it.
Siyathokoza kakhulu. Siyathokoza kakhulu ngoba la eMpumalanga kokuqala ukuthi ke kube khona umuntu omele umasipala. Siyakujabulela kakhulu lokho. Besithanda ukuthi ku MMC naye andlulise amazwi wokubonga kuCouncil.
It's very important because as a sphere of government, we are 3 spheres of government. All of us, we have a role to play.
Kubaluleke kakhulu ngoba ke kukhona njengohulumeni noma imikhakha emithathu kahulumeni sonke sineqhaza elibalulekile fanele ukuthi silidlale.
Although we are here for the rail safety bill, which is a national competence,
Ize sila ngalo mthetho sivivinywa wezokuphepha kuloliwe okuwumsebenzi kazwelonke.
There are issues that communities raise that are affecting them at a local sphere.
Kukhona izindaba umphakathi abazikhiphayo ezikhona ezibathintayo kulezi zindawo zikamasipala.
So your presence, MMC, makes it easier for us to interact with yourselves to make sure that whatever is raised outside the rail safety bill, we can find a way of supporting each other so that we can relieve the plight of the people.
Siyabonga kakhulu ngalokho MMC ngoba uma kwenzeka njalo sibakhipha izindaba uma bekhuluma ngezinto ezingahambelani nalo mthetho sivivinya osize ngawo sizokwazi ukuthi sibhekane nalezo zindaba ngoba uzabe ukhona. Siyabonga ngalokho.
So we will ask the MMC to welcome all of us here.
Sizocela uMMC ukuthi asamukele sonke la.
After that, I will give you an introduction of the bill that has brought us here today.
Ngemuva kwalokho ngizwenza isethulo esisilethela namuhla.
After that, we will invite you, whom we are here to see, to talk to us and give us your input as it relates to this bill.
Ngemuva kwalokho sizonikeza nina umphakathi ithuba lokuthi nikhiphe izimvo zenu maqondana nalo vinywa.
After that, having listened to you, we will have one of our colleagues to tell us what will be the process having received your input.
Ngemuva kwalokho ngizocela uzakwethu omunye ukuthi achaze inqubo yokuqhubekela phambili ngemuva kokuthi seniphonse esivivaneni izimvo zenu.
And thereafter we will be done.
Ngemuva kwalokho zabe sesiqedile.
So may I take the opportunity to invite MMC Councillor Mukwane, please.
Ithi ngithathe leli thuba ngimeme uMMC Councillor Mukwane.
Sanibonani.
Good morning.
Greeting to all present. My name is Nombuso Mukwana, the MMC Corporate Service in Emalahleni.
Ngiyadibingelela nonke igama lami uNombuso Mukwane, MMC Corporate Services eMalahleni.
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the municipality.
Nkulu ukuthi nginamukele kumasipala.
I hope and trust that you will keep the vision of the municipality, which is strive and to be an excellent center service delivery.
Okay. Ngiyabonga kakhulu thina ke njengo masipala obhekelele inqubekela phambili nokusebenzela ukubhekelela izidingo zabantu.
Alive when performing your duties.
Uma sesenza ke imisebenzi yethu.
I hope that you stay with us will be pleasant and fruitful.
Ngiyathemba ukuthi ke ukuba kwenu la ukuthi sizokwazi ukuthi sisebenze kahle sibe nemiphumela siphokophele.
Community yethu yaseMalahleni.
To this community at Emalahleni
Nagini futhi.
and to all of you.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you very much.
Nkosi uMsindbosisi.
May God bless you.
Thank you very much, MMC. We feel welcome.
Siyabonga kakhulu MMC sizizwa samukelekile.
In other areas in Mpumalanga, we're welcoming ourselves. At the end, we thank ourselves.
Kwezinye izindawo la eMpumalanga besizamukela thina bese egcineni bese siyabonga futhi.
So my colleagues are now here, and I would like to introduce to you the members of the portfolio committee that are here.
Ozakwethu sebafikile bonke sebaphelele ngithanda ukuthi ke ngazise amalungu weportfolio committee abakhona.
In my extreme left is Honorable Ketamabala Sitole, is a member of parliament.
Siqala ke ngomnumzana uhloniphekile umnumzana uKhetamabala ilungu leParliament.
Gumnumzana Ketamabala Sitole.
Umnumzana uKhetamabala Sithole. Ngiyaxolisa ngalokho.
Next to him is the Honorable John Bilankulu. He is also a member of parliament.
Bese kulandela umhlonishwa uJohn Bilankulu naye uyilungu leParliament.
Next to him, next to me, is the Honorable Tamsanga Mabena, Member of Parliament.
Eduze nami la umnumzana uThamsanqa Mabhena uyilungu leParliament naye.
Next to the MMC is Honorable Lawrence MacDonald, who is a Member of Parliament.
Eduze no MMC umnumzana uLawrence McDonald ilungu leParliament.
Next to him is Honorable Fikile Khumalo, Member of Parliament.
Kulandele umama uFikile Khumalo ilungu leParliament.
Last but not least is Honorable Miriam Ramadwa, Member of Parliament.
Okugcina ke ilungu uMiriam Ramadwa uyilungu leParliament.
Okay. I'm told that there is also Councillor Tolo, who has joined
Ngiyatshela
us.
ukuthi kukhona uCouncillor Tolo osijoinile.
I'm sure you know him. I could hear. I was very worried because I didn't want my members of the portfolio committee to compete with councillors. Because councillors, this is their ground. This is home ground. So they've got home ground advantage.
Ngiyathemba ukuthi niyamazi ke njengoba senimupha ihlombe ngoba sifuna ukuthi siqhudelane ngoba indawo yamakhansela la ekhaya basekhaya ke bona.
Oh, kuthiwa kasukuma ucouncillor bamazi. Bada bakwazi council. Lelo asizulungena sawustika kwi-rail safety building. My name is Lisa Mangu.
Igama lami uLisa Mancu.
I will be chairing the session and I'm chairing the Portfolio Committee of Transport in Parliament.
Ngizoba usihlalo womhlangano namuhla kanti yimi usihlalo we-portfolio committee ezokuthutha.
All right, I will sit down and I take you through the bill itself.
Ngizohlala phansi bese ke ngikhuluma ngale ndaba yomthethosivivinywa.
As I said, that what brings us here is one part of the democratic process.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi okusilethela enye yengxenye yentando yeningi yenqubo yentando yeningi.
The Constitution of the Republic implores Parliament and us, therefore, as members of Parliament, to consult the public when we are shaping laws or we are producing laws.
Umthethosivivinywa welizwe lethu uphoqelela iParliament noma thina njengamalungu weParliament ukuthi siqhumane nomphakathi uma sakha imithetho.
So our being here is a constitutional requirement or constitutional imperative.
Ukuba kwethu la isidingo nqangi ngokomthethosisekelo.
The Constitution also allows or gives an opportunity for members of the public to participate in lawmaking processes.
Umthethosivivinyo nawo uhlinzekela ukuthi umphakathi ubambe iqhaza kunqubo yokwenziwa kwemithetho.
So your being here, nobody is doing you a favor, or don't feel like somebody it's a right that you must be here as a member of this country, of this society, to contribute to the betterment of this country.
Ukuba khona kwenu la njengabahlali baseningizimu Afrika ninelungelo lokuthi nibe khona nokuthi nibambe iqhaza ekuphuculweni kwelizwe lethu.
When we amend legislation or we draft new legislation, there are mainly two processes we follow.
Uma sichibiyela imithetho noma siqamba imithetho kukhona izinqubo ezimbili ekufanele ukuthi sizilandele.
The first one, we would publish legislation or draft legislation and invite written comments.
Okokuqala ukuthi sishicilele leyo mithetho sesibhalile bese simema ukuthi kube khona izethulo ezibhaliwe.
Many people would respond to those written requests.
Abantu abaningi baphendula kulezo zicelo ngokubhaliwe.
On assessing what would have come in, we then would embark on the second phase, which is to engage with the public the way we are engaging here today.
Uma sesihlaziya lokho esikutholile inqubo yesibili ukuthi siye emphakathini siyobonisana nemphakathi njengoba sila namuhla.
So the question would be, what if I still want to contribute after you have left here, or I'm still interested, what do I do?
Manje umbuzo uthi uma nginentshiseko yokuthi ngiphonse esivivaneni uma senihambile la kufanele ukuthi ngenze njani.
You still have an opportunity to submit written comments.
Nisesenalo ithuba lokuthi nethule izethulo ezibhaliwe
Up until the end of March 2023.
kuze kube ukuphela uMarch 2023.
But you might be sitting here and you don't feel comfortable to stand and speak in front of a group of people.
Kungenzeka ukuthi ukhona la phakathi kwethu kodwa uthola ukuthi awunethezekile ukuthi usukume ukhulume phambi kwabantu.
On my extreme right, your left,
Sandleni sami sokudla
there are people sitting against the wall there.
kukhona abantu ke njengoba nibabona lapha etafuleni ngasebondeni.
They are ready there to capture your input. If you'd like to talk to them, they will write them down, or you can write them down yourself.
Bona ke bazonisiza uma nifuna ukwenza izethulo ezibhaliwe banganilekelela ukuthi banibhalele lezo zimvo zenu noma wena ungacela lelo form uzibhalele ngokwakho.
You can express yourself in any language of South Africa. There are people who will assist to interpret your language.
Ungakhuluma nanga noma ulwiphi ulwimi laseningizimu Afrika bakhona otolika.
So there is no way that you will not have a way to participate in this formulation of the legislation.
Okusho ukuthi ayikho nje indlela yokuthi ungavaleleka ukuthi ubambe iqhaza kulomthetho.
So going to the bill itself,
Uma sesiya kumthetho sivivinywa ngokwawo
this rail safety bill,
lomthetho sivivinywa wezokuphepha kololiwe
it seeks to improve the regulatory or the safety of rail in this country.
ubhekelele ukuphucula kwezokuphepha kuloliwe kulelizwe lethu
Both passengers and freight.
kubagibeli kanye nemithwalo.
Once passed, this bill will replace an act of 2002.
Uma sowuphasisiwe wona ke uzoma esikhundleni somthetho ka 2002.
As I said, the bill seeks to promote the use of rail as a preferred mode of transport.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi lo mthetho sivivinywa ubhekelele ukuqhutshekiswa ukusetshenziswa kololiwe njengezithuthi ezithandwa abantu.
That would be able to positively contribute to the country's economy.
Ongakwazi ukuthi uphonse esivivaneni ngendlela enemiphumela kumnotho walelizwe.
What are the objectives of this bill? What do we want to achieve at the end of it?
Yiziphi izinjongo zalomthetho sivivinywa? Yiziphi izinto esiziphokophele?
As I said, number one, it is to provide for regulation of rail safety in South Africa.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ukuhlinzekela ukubhekelela kwezokuphepha kuloliwe eningizimu Afrika.
It also reinforces the continued existence of the rail safety regulator.
Futhi igcizelela ukuqhubekiswa ukuba khona kwe rail safety regulator obhekelele kwezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Rail safety regulator is an entity of the Department of Transport.
Lesi sikhungo I rail safety regulator kuyisikhungo somnyango wezokuthutha.
Its main responsibility is to ensure safety on our rail.
Umsebenzi wabo omkhulu ukuthi baqinisekise ezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Thirdly, this bill provides for the appointment of a board and governance structure of the regulator.
Okwesibili lo mthetho uhlinzekela ukuqokwa kwebhodi kanye nemithetho yezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Number 4, this bill provides for rail safety permits.
Futhi ke uhlinzekela ama permit noma amaphepha mvume wezokuphepha kuloliwe.
The importance of permits is to make sure that anybody who operates a train on our rail system must have been certified to be safe to do so.
Manje ukubaluleka kwalama permit ukuthi wonke umuntu osebenza ngojantshi kuloliwe wethu kufanele ukuthi uye kwahlaziwa nokuthi ke ufanelekile ukuthi angasebenza kuloliwe.
This bill also provides for a legal framework to be able to enforce compliance with the act in the rail system.
Futhi lo mthetho sivivinywa uhlose ukubhekelela uhlaka lomthetho lokulawula kwezokuphepha kuloliwe.
The bill also provides for an appeal mechanism should anyone in the system not be satisfied with what the rail safety regulator would have done or not done.
Okunye futhi ukuthi lo mthetho sivivinywa ubhekelele ukuthi ukudluliswa kwamacala uma kwenzeka ukuthi kukhona ongagculisekile kwezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Some of the focus area in this bill, as I said, it's a rail safety bill, so the focus area is on rail safety.
Ezinye izinto kugxilwa kuzo njengoba ngishilo ukuthi kumaqondana nokuphepha kololiwe kusho ukuthi ke kugxilwa kakhulu kwezokuphepha.
For passengers, for rail workers, for rail infrastructure.
Kubagibeli abasebenzi bekaloliwe kanye nenqalasizinda kololiwe.
Those who might be vendors or selling their merchandise at stations or around stations.
Labo abathengisayo kuziteshi zikaloliwe noma maduze nalezo ziteshi.
And those communities that live along railway lines or stations.
Naleyo miphakathi ehlala lapho kukhona ujantshi noma kulezo ziteshi zikaloliwe.
The second focus area on top of rail safety
okunye okubaluleke kakhulu okugxilwe kukhona ngaphezulu kokuphepha kuloliwe.
It introduces an additional rail access by third parties.
Isungula ke ukungenelwa kuloliwe abanye abangabamba iqhaza.
In other words, if you are seated here and you are interested to run your own train system,
ngamanye amagama uma uhleli la unentshiseko yokuthi nawe ngelinye ilanga ungene kulomkhakha kaloliwe.
this bill provides for what are the things you need to do to participate.
Lo mthetho uhlinzekela izinto ofanele ukuthi nizenze ukuze nikwazi ukubamba iqhaza.
So, in the main, this is what this bill really covers in a summarized version.
Kafushane nje yilokho lo mthetho sivivinyo ugxila kukho.
Obviously, there are clauses of definitions and many other things which I will not bore with their finer detail.
Ngoba kukhona izigaba eziningi lapho zencazelo nezinye izinto kanti angeke size singene kanzulu kulokho.
So in essence, that is why this bill is out there. That is what it seeks to achieve.
Okubaluleke kakhulu lo mthetho sivivinywa ukhona futhi uhlose ukuphokophela ukufeza lokho.
And it will affect us here in this hall one way or the other.
Kungasithinta thina njengoba sihleli la kuleli holo noma kanjani.
So I hope I have given you a little bit of a highlight of where we are with this bill.
Ngiyathemba ke ukuthi sengiqhamisile ukuthi lo mthetho umaqondana nayo.
So Okay, I think I want to go into a little bit detail.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngifuna nje ukuthi nginabe kancanyana.
I said, firstly, we deal with definitions. So clause 1 in the bill talks to definitions.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ke sizokhuluma noma ke ngishilo ukuthi izigaba zikhuluma ngencazelo kanti ke isigaba sokuqala sikhuluma ngencazelo.
Clause 2 regulates or deals with the application of the bill.
Okwesibili ikhuluma ngemithetho yokulawula kulomthetho sivivinywa.
And it deals with any conflicts or contradiction between this bill and other pieces of legislation.
Futhi ke ibhekane nokuncukuzana kulomthetho kanye neminye imithetho.
In clause 4, it deals with the provision of the Minister of Transport
Okwesine ke ibhekelele nemibandela kuNgqongqoshe wezokuthutha.
that he or she may approve exemptions as it relates to the application of the act.
Ngoba yena ke angakwazi ke ukuthi agunyaze ukuya ngemibandela yalomthetho.
Clause 7 deals with the functions and powers of the rail safety regulator.
Clause 7 ke ibhekane namagunya we-rail safety regulator.
Which deals with the mandatory functions and those that are discretionary.
Ibhekelele leyo msebenzi esemthethweni naleyo ke lapho bangazithathela khona izinqumo.
Clause 9 deals with the governance, as I said earlier, the appointment of boards and the governance structure of the rail safety regulator.
Clause 9 ke yena ubhekelele ukuqokwa kwalelo body nabantu abakulelo body ukulawula lapho ku railway safety regulator.
Clause 11 deals with the appointment of board members.
Clause 11 ubhekane nokuqokwa kwamalungu webody.
After a nomination and selection process,
ngemuva kokuthi kukhethwe kube nenqubo yokukhetha.
Minister of Transport would appoint a board and inform Parliament of the appointments.
uNgqongqoshe wezokuthutha uzoqoka ibhodi bese wazisa iParliament ngaloko kuqokwa.
Clause 14 describes the functions of the board
Clause 14 ukhuluma ngemisebenzi yebhodi.
and provides for the governance of the rail safety regulator.
Ubhekelele ukulawulwa rail safety regulator.
And ensuring that the rail safety regulator exercises its powers.
Baqinisekisa ukuthi i-rail safety regulator isebenzisa amagunya anikeziwe.
Clause 16 of the bill deals with board members' resignation and what kind of notice they need to provide before they resign.
Clause 16 ukhuluma ke ngokusula emsebenzini kwamalungu nokuthi isaziso sesikhathi esingakanani nokuthi kufanele ukuthi benzeni ngaphambi kokuthi basule emsebenzini.
It also deals with the process that the minister can terminate the membership of a board member.
Futhi ke ukhuluma ngenqubo leyo uNgqongqoshe angayisebenzisa ukunquma noma ukumisa ilungu lebhodi.
Also deals with how to deal with a situation where a board member is disqualified from being a board member.
Nokuthi iziphi inqubo efanele ukuthi ilandelwe uma elinye lamalungu webhodi lenza linganamatheli kulokho ukuphokophelwe ukuthi bakwenze.
Clause 21 of the bill provides mechanism of how the minister can dissolve a board.
Clause 21 ukhuluma ngezindlela zokuthi uNgqongqoshe angahlakaza kanjani ibhodi.
Clause 23 of the bill provides for the functions of the CEO and the delegation of powers to staff members of the rail safety regulator.
Clause 23 wona ke ukhuluma ke ngezikhulu kanye nalabo ke abazabe baqashiwe kulelo body le railway safety safety regulator.
Clause 27 provides for the funds or the funding of the rail safety regulator.
Clause 27 ukhuluma ngezimali noma umkhaso wezimali ku railway safety regulator.
It makes provision that other than the money or monies appropriated by Parliament,
Uhlinzekela ukuthi ke kunezimali lezo zimali ezihlinzekwe iParliament.
the rail safety regulator may also raise funds through levies and other mechanisms should the legislation agree to it.
Rail safety regulator ingathatha ke izinqumo zokuthi ke kube nentela ukuya ngemibandela yale mithetho.
Clause 30 of this bill provides for the processing of applications for safety permits.
Clause 30 wona ke ubhekelele izicelo zale maphephamvume wezokuphepha.
And it gives steps what the rail safety regulator should follow in approving or denying application of a rail safety permit.
Futhi ke kuba khona imibandela esetshenziswa i-railway safety operator maqondana nokunikezwa noma ukunqabela ukunikezwa kwale phephamvume lezokuphepha kuloliwe.
Clause 35 provides for the evaluation of training institutions.
Clause 35 ubhekelele ukuhlaziya kwezikhungo zezokuqeqesha.
How the rail safety regulator should evaluate prospective training institutions which would have applied.
Ukuthi bona railway safety regulator bona bakwazi ukuthi ke bahlaziye kanjani lezo zikhungo eziqeqeshayo kulemboni.
Clause 38 proposes that the rail safety regulator must establish consultative forums
Futhi uClause 38 uthi kufanele labo babamba iqhaza kufanele ukuthi bazihlele kube khona izinhlangano ama consultative forums
where the rail safety regulator and operators can on an ongoing basis consult and discuss issues that relate to rail safety.
Lapho ababamba iqhaza kulemboni kanye ne railway safety regulator bakwazi ukuthi bakhulume ngezinselelo bahlangabezana nazo.
Clause 42 up to clause 46 deals with the powers of rail safety inspectors.
Clause 42 to 46 ukhuluma ngamagunya wabahloli bezokuphepha ama rail safety inspectors.
And clause 50 provides that the minister may determine what constitutes a major investigation to be conducted by an independent investigator.
Clause 50 kulapho kuthiwa ke ungqongqoshe kufanele ukuthi abhekelele uma kuba khona uphenyo olukhulu olunzulu lwenziwa abaphenyi abazimele.
Clause 54 to clause 56 of this bill provides for an appeal mechanism against any decision of the rail safety regulator.
54 kuya ku 56 ukhuluma ke ngemibandela yokudluliswa kwamacala kulabo ke abaphethe i-railway safety regulator uma bengagculisekile bakwazi ukuthi bandlulise icala.
In terms of clause 56, it introduces that this appeal mechanism can end up in what we call the Transport Appeal Tribunal.
Futhi ke uhlinzekela ukuthi ke lokho kudluliswa kwamacala kungagcina noma kuphelele ku Transport Appeal
Tribunal.
Transport Appeal Tribunal. Thank you, Chair.
Akayichongo ngeSwazi ke ngesiZulu leyo uyichonga ngesilungu so akayitolikanga le indaba. And this Appeal Tribunal Act is in front of this committee. We are considering it as we speak now.
Futhi lokho sekukhona la ku committee simatasa nje siyakudingida njengoba ngikhuluma nani nje.
Clause 63 up to clause 65 empowers the Minister of Transport to make regulations concerning infrastructure.
Ku 63 kuya ku 65 kukhulunywa ke ngongqongqoshe ukuthi ke akhe imithetho yokuziphatha kulabo ke abalawula ezokuphepha kuloliwe
Concerning infrastructure
maqondana nenqalasizinda
or activities of rail safety on the rail.
noma imisebenzi yezokuphepha kuloliwe kujudge.
Last but not least, clause 69 and clause 70 makes provision of what will happen as we move from the rail safety bill or rather moving from the National Rail Safety Act to this new rail safety bill that is before us.
Manje clause 6970 kumibandela yokubhekelela ukusuka kuleso simo ebesikuso ukuya kulesimo esiqhuquzela ulomthetho sivivinywa.
So clause by clause, in a nutshell, that is what this bill really is introducing compared to the act that is in existence.
Manje isigaba ngesigaba lomthetho sivivinywa ukhuluma ngalokho uma kuqhathaniswa nomthetho okhona okwamanje.
So from now on, I want to give an opportunity to you, our audience, to give us your input as it relates to this bill.
Ukusuka manje ke sengizonikeza nina mphakathi ukuthi nikhiphe izimvo zenu maqondana nalomthetho sivivinywa wezokuphepha kuloliwe.
So how we are going to do it is that I'm going to take 10 hands at a time.
Sizosebenza kanje ngizocela noma ngizothatha izandla ezishumi.
Once I've identified you, you will take a seat here in the center of the hall.
Uma sengikukhombile uzohlala kulezitulo eziphakathi kwale hall.
You will then give us your input on the mic there.
Uzokwazi ke ukuthi ufake uphonsa esivivaneni.
Just for information, you are live on Parliament TV as we speak.
Ithi ngintsheleni ukuthi ke kusakazwa bukhoma
Channel 408.
ku channel yeParliament
So
channel
you can
408.
send a message at home to watch you,
Ungathumela umlayezo ekhaya ukuthi bakubukele
that you are going to speak here at the hall.
ukuthi uzokhuluma namuhla kuleli hall.
So I'm going to take hands now,
Sengizothatha izandla manje.
and everybody is going to have an opportunity to speak. Who would like to speak?
Wonke umuntu uzoba nethuba lokuthi akhulume loyo kodwana othanda ukukhuluma.
So I'm going to take 5 this side and 5 this side if there is. And you are number 1, sis.
Ungowokthoma sesi
Any other hand here?
kukhona esinye ihlanza ngapha
Don't disappoint me now.
ningangiphoqa ngiyanibawa.
Number 2, Mama.
Ngowesibili umma lo
This side.
ihlango
Number 3.
ngowesithathu kwihlangothi eli
Number 4.
ngowesine
Number 5.
nangu osihlanu la.
Anybody else?
Ukhona omunye
Number 6.
nangu wesithandathu
Number 7.
nangu elikhomba
Is that is 9?
obunane.
Anybody else? Number 10?
Ukhona omunye wechumi
All right. We will leave it. Okay, Mama, number 10, you can go.
nangumba lapha ungaya lapha inhlalweni wechumi.
So when it's your opportunity, you will go and tell us your name,
Naku isikhathi sakho zasitshela ibizo lakho
where you come from, you're representing yourself or an organization.
uvelaphi uyazijamele nofana kukhona lona oyijamela kona
Andiyazi loko oyijamela.
ikhona ihlangano oyijamela
Umbutho.
iye
Yebo.
ihlangano
I ask that we limit our input to 3 minutes per person.
ngiba ukuthi siberegise imzuzu nje imzuzwana emithathu umuntu ngomuntu
If you go over, I won't be too bad, but don't go too much.
na ungadlula ngeze ngilwe nawe kodwa ungayi kakhulu
Sesingaqala.
sesingathoma nje
Sanibonani. Igama lami nginguLusiwa kaMasango. Ngiphume wa 12 from Siyancoba ANC member. I'm sorry mhlamba ngeke ngizwakale kahle because ngiphethe umkhuhlane. Inkinga esinayo ukuthi iClarinet iyakhula. It was extension 3 eqaleni kweza i6 7 and 8 8.8 manje sekunesiyanqoba. So indlela le akaloliwe ephuma etown ephumela ngapha from ezangapha eClarinet inqani cause uthola ukuthi uspenda 2 to 3 hours especially kuma month end itraffic lapha iyasibulala kulendlela le akaloliwe. So lokho kwaphuma ibudget I think it was 2020 bathi bokwakha ibridge lapha asazi ukuthi kwenzakalani lapho so angeke sikhulume kakhulu lapho so ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi mina manje uloliwe wenzani ngale yandlela leya ukuthi abantu bakhona ukufika emzini yabo babuye emsebenzini bafike ngesikhathi and enye into engizoyikhuluma la ku parliament ukuthi banikeza njani abantu izindlu zinganamanzi zinganandlela zingana electricity. I'm from Siyancoba sina 5 years sihlala lapha akunamanzi akunagezi akunazindlela imvula mayina amanzi angena from e dining room ayophumela kitchen angena emakamereni sihleli lapha sibekezele kungena amajojo tank azosithelela amanzi adodi whereas nina nihleli lapho manje kuseni nigezile niphuma kuma shower na kuma bathrooms thina kosela ugeze nge5 liters yamanzi ucokelela amanzi ukuthi no kosele abantwana bambadla 5 years sihlele Siyancoba sacela ukuthi nisibhekelele nathi ezabahlali base Siyancoba cause ku constitution yenu iyasho ukuthi akunamhlali wase South Africa ekumele anikeze iRDP engana running water and electricity sacela ukuthi nisibhekelele lapho.
My name is Lucy Masango, and I'm from Siyancoba. The problem that we have there in Siyancoba is that the Klarinet now as a township is growing big. So there's a problem with the railway because now people, when they travel from work, they arrive late from work when they go to their homes. The other problem that we have in 2020, they promised that there's a budget for to build a bridge that will eradicate this problem of this congestion. Another thing that I want to talk about is that now we have 5 years staying in Siyancoba. The problem is that in these 5 years, we encountered the problems of water supply, electricity. We use Jojo tanks, and those Jojo tanks, they have filthy water. You yourselves from Parliament, you have bathed with clean water and you have showered. As we can speak now, the Constitution of South Africa doesn't allow us to be under these conditions we are faced with. So we are urging and pleading to the Parliament to help us in this regard.
Sanibonani ome ngaphambi kwenu uphindile Maseko ngihlala khona la iward 12 ngaphansi kwaKhansela uLucky Tolo. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi iParliament ifike ebantwini kuyintokozo kithi. Ngizoqala nje ngale nkinga yesporo lapha ya ngigcwalisela amazwi kaSiso osuka la. Siyacela kakhulu ukuthi iParliament isibonelele ngempela. Uthola ukuthi kunomama kumele ayobeletha noma ogula kakhulu kumele ayothola usizo esibhedlela. Uthola ukuthi isiporo sivalile lapha ya. Siyacela ukuthi kwenziwe ibridge. Kuzokhona ukuthi kuhambe imoto ngokusheshsha. Nabaya emsebenzini bathola ama warning amaningi. Isiporo sisuke sivalile. Angeke usifahle vele. Siyacela kakhulu ukuthi le ndaba yalapha eParliament Place yesporo ukuthi basilungisele kakhulu. Okunye esicela kuParliament njengomhlalo la we12 sisurroundwe izimayini idust siyakhwehlela senza konke kodwa kuyinkinga thina abahlali bala iwa12 sibancane kakhulu esisebenza khona sicela ukuthi sibhekeleke ukuthi ezimayini akube yithi ama first priority okusebenza la uthola ukuthi kusuka abantu lekudeni bazosebenza la abantu abethu bayafunda baqede esikolweni abakhona ukusebenza la ezimayini siyacela ukuthi ngempela sicela ukuthi niyibukeze lento ngoba isithena amandla ngoba sibahlali bala enek affecteka thina ekugcineni bathatha imali bahamba abantu beyemazweni nabo siyacela kakhulu ukuthi singabahlali bala ewa12 njengoba kunezimayini engaka masiqhasheke kanye nezingane zethu kuyeke le tendency ukuthi njengami njengoba ngiyiward committee nginabantwana ekhaya kuthiwa wena njengomama uyiward committee ingane zami kumele ingasebenze emayini ngoba kuzokhulunywa abantu engibaziyo nabasondelene nami kufuneka bangasebenzi kuma project noma imaphi ala kubhlungu kakhulu siyacela ukuthi iParliament eminye imithetho ayibukezwe mangabe yikho okugcina okuzwisa ubhlungu Parliament nivakashela ama police station phambi kwalenyanga ephelile kudutshula umntana washona benza grade 12 kurojwa amaPakistan kwaba necommunity ekhuluma namaphoyisa ukuthi siyawo zazi lezigebengu ezidubulele umntwana amaphoyisa zangawenza umsebenzi wawo amaphoyisa avele ayekela angathatha imininingane yalabantu azobuza mina ukuthi mama wena usutholileni umkhondo wabantwana ngiseyinhlungwini mina bona bayitholile information ukuthi bayilandelele nanokuthi uma ngabe ke isigebengu sesiboshiwe siyacela ukuthi kubukezwe lo mthetho ukuthi amaphoyisa sesibambile lapha enkantolo bafike bathole amapower amanengi kakhulu sicela ukuthi abantu ababulele nabareyibhile mabengatholi ibail siyacela kakhulu kulokho ukuthi sicela ukuthi sibukeze lesibonakaliso ngoba siyahlukumezeka uthi umuntu egangile aphinde ahambe khona la akukho ukuphepha kwethu siyacela iParliament ivakashele izinkantolo zethu nama police station benze ubulungiswa ngiyabonga
My name is Pindile Masego from Ward 12. We also have a problem there with the railway. As now the lady has just spoken here, I want to second her. You'll find that sometimes when a certain woman has to go and give birth, you'll find that there in the railway, there's a traffic, the ambulance cannot arrive in the hospital in time. Another thing that we have a problem with is with regards to the employees. Most of the people who are employed, they always receive warnings from their superiors because of arriving late at work. So we are pleading to the Parliament to help us in this regard so that this problem can be solved. One another thing, we have a problem that we stay in a place where there's lots of mines. Now these mines, they produce a lot of dust, and that dust causes us many problems. We are having flu, we are coughing because of this dust with our children. So even in that regard, we are asking the Parliament to help us by resolving that matter. One other thing that is a problem, I'm talking about the mines there, ourselves as we stay here in Ward 12, we are surrounded by mines, but we are unemployed. You'll find that even myself as a ward councillor, when I know somebody who needs work, when I'm referring that person to the people who are relevant, they will say, no, you can't send these people to plead for employment because now there will be a lot of complaints about that, complaints like nepotism. Therefore, that's another problem that we are faced with. Lastly, I want to talk about a problem that has happened to me. My son was shot when they were trying to rob the Pakistans. Now, the problem that we have is that as a parliament, you don't visit our police station. Please, can you visit our police stations so that you can help the police? Because now when we report matters to the police, they don't take matters serious. They will only ask you that, have you investigated? Do you have any clues of what really happened? And yet they will just leave that matter like that. So we are also pleading for the parliament to help us by visiting the police stations and have a look what's going on there. And we're asking that also people who are raping and killing people in our communities, if they are arrested, they mustn't be released as early as we can see them walking down the street thinking that they are arrested and they are not. So with all those factors, please can the parliament help us to resolve those problems.
Before Sidlulela Gosislo, let me try and explain myself a little bit again so that we can assist each other. I did say we are here to hear your inputs as it relates to the rail safety bill.
Ngiba ukuthi ke ngizihlathulule ngingatsho ngaphambilini ukuthi sizokhuluma indaba eziphathelele indaba yomjeje laphayana hayi ezinye indaba ezingaphathelananga nendaba yakaloliwe.
We do know that the community has got a lot of issues that are affecting them.
Siyazi ukuthi isitshaba sinemraro eminingi esithintako.
But we are appealing that as far as we can, let us confine ourselves to the rail safety bill.
Siyabawa ukuthi ngokusemandleni makhe sithi ukukhuluma kulo ngokuphathelele nomraro lona ke ophathelele indaba yakaloliwe.
It might be that there are other burning issues, but that is not really why we are here.
Siyazi bonyana kungaba nendaba ezinthwenya kulo kodwana akusilo libanga elisenza bonyana sibe khona.
And another thing that I did not say at the beginning is that we are not going to be able to answer any question because we are here to listen to you.
Enye into engikhe ngayitsho phambilini ukuthi asingeke sakwazi ukuthi siphendule imibuzo ethile kodwana sizokulalela nina bonyana imbono yenu yini.
And we are also not going to engage in debates on any issue. Whether we agree with you or not, we want to hear your input as it relates to the rail safety bill.
Ngeke singenele empikiswaneni ezithize ezingaba khona kodwana esifuna ukuthi nje sikwenze ukuthi silalele bonyana nina nithini nomfana niyaphikisana nofana niphikisana.
So I hope we will assist each other. Thank you so much.
Ngithemba bonyana sizakusizana makuziwe endabeni leyo mangithokoza.
Dumelang phakathi wa Emalahleni o abulelang mo ke Jane wa Gasitladi wa Ward 14 from Coronation. Ka bo kopanyana setse ke tlo ntshatse dingwe di tsa di inputs tse ke ke a di kenya cause ba re bolele re stick through tabeng ya galoliwe ya railway. Nna ke tswa mo Coronation mo le go lla ka rena go re a lutswe tsa Chrome. Re lutswe tsa Chrome ka bana le hiri. Re nyaka mmereko. A re hwetsi. And then ntate ke kwele o bolela ka 6 point maimang mola le phepeng gore re zame go create di groups ka di forums tšeo le romela go tšona a re dinyake rena ra di kgetha a re na le problem as community re na le di-councellors nna councellor yaka ke Koko Chule o tlo a mpotsa a re mamteng ya kitšima manje nyaka Transnet ba ngibizile bathi niyatshontsha yes councillor siyatshontsha ngoba asinamsebenzi abezi e-coordination abantu baka-Transnet nina baphathi anize e-coordination nizosinika umsebenzi sizotshontsha vele fana nale ndaba ye-bridge kudala sizwile indaba ye-bridge lapha siyi-coordination mara azange nize nizoyi-adressa e-coordination ama-train adlula lapha kuyavibrate amasilele sisemkhukhwini anenzi next anisenzeli next manje vele sizotshontsha until nisinike umsebenzi sicela nizeni e-coordination le-event bengikhani ukuthi kube ize e-coordination nithathe ukukhansela wethu uKoko bese eze nani sizonitshela ukuthi sifunani nawe ngimele ukuthi sinikezeni umsebenzi and then sizobambisana ngiyabonga sicela nendlela futhi
Greetings. My name is Jane Sitladi from Ward 14 at Coronation. Now, I would now try to reduce some of the issues because some of them have already been said. Now, I hear that you say we are stealing the chrome. And in this, so we are stealing because we are unemployed. We also told that we should create some forums. Yes, we will do so, but we do not want the forums that had already been set. Sometimes I would meet with my counselor, Mr. Koko, and he would tell me that he is going to a meeting with the Transnet people because they say that we are stealing chrome from them. And that is indeed true. We will continue on stealing because we are unemployed. No employment is being created for us. There's also an issue about the bridge that is not being addressed. We had since been promised a bridge, but nothing has been done. So our plea is that you please help us because we are unemployed. Give us work so that we can stop stealing. I thank you.
Sanibona nonke mphakathi waseMalahleni and greetings to you Parliament and thanks for coming to the people so that you could get a few points there and there so that you take them back with you so that you discuss them. I'm Kosnathi Sibanyoni from Ward 14 Sizanani, informal settlement. What I'm going to talk about is based on the safety in terms of the railway bill that you're stating. I was also expecting to see the representatives of Transnet as your SO, as a state-owned enterprise, but I'm surprised I don't see representatives of Transnet sitting next to you, of which what we're going to say today is something that you guys are going to discuss, but not mainly to them, of which is a problem. One, we've got a depot of Transnet next to Sizanani or Ward 14, of which is situated there as an entity. We've got a quite number of cases that occurred the past 2-3 months. We have got 5 to 6 people that have been murdered or died regarding the hauling of chrome from ferrometals to the depot of Transnet. We have never seen Transnet taking part on those investigations to find out what happened or what's the cost of the looting of the chrome. What we understand is that we are in an informal settlement. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are unemployed, and every day we see the train passing by to Transnet. And then now the problem starts where the train stops at any time without any reason, just to stop near where people are crossing for like 5 to 6 hours a day. It normally happens month end, 2 days before the month end, and of which we don't know why. And then people start to come into the trains inside, and then they take out the chrome, they're stealing, and then they go sell it wherever they sell it. And then after they do that, when it's time to get the shares and to distribute the money for themselves, it's when now the killing comes. So we are very worried about Transnet to say, where is our safety if ever you want to transport your commodities to wherever you want to transport them, because they are passing to the people and then there is no safety. Two, we have known Transnet for about, let me say, I'm 28 years old, I've known Transnet for about 25 years because I grew up there. Now the problem about Transnet is that they do not monitor their systems, one. Two, they do not care about the surroundings of their areas. Because now as we are speaking now, there's grass growing up to this level at Transnet. There's no monitoring, there's no maintenance. They do not take local people for opportunities or for work or so ever. And then another thing, we also want to take part in the railway transport opportunities, but we do not know how. I don't even remember once being called or maybe invited as much as we are now to say, guys, let us come and teach you on how to take part on the railway business or how to participate in terms of transporting their commodities from wherever they are coming to where they are going. We know nothing about railway. We only see the railway passing by next to our houses, but we don't know any information regarding of how we can participate to operate as railways. So what I'm pleading to you as the Parliament and the executive members coming from the top positions is to say, can you please try to have one-on-one sessions with your SOE, which is Transnet, to find out the issues happening on local communities next to the railway line. Because there's gunshots every day, there's people dying almost every month, and there's no report coming back. And also, the visibility of the Transnet towards the people, there is nothing. I can assure you this, that even you guys, whenever you came to this site, I doubt you've seen any huge billboard maybe saying something about Transnet. It's like they are hidden, but they do exist. I don't know what type of a game is that they are playing, that they are hidden, but they exist. We see nothing about Transnet. There's no functions done by Transnet. There is no donations done by Transnet. We have never seen like school kids coming out maybe from donations activities, having school bags or squeeze bottles or a function of giving out goods to the community. Like Transnet does nothing for people. What we know about Transnet is that they go to ML or wherever, whenever they need to recruit and take their people from ML site or wherever and bring them here to Emalahleni. And that thing alone gives out curiosity because it ends up making people to see as if we're not belonging to one community, but we're different. Thank you.
Can I ask that very quickly before you interpret? If those who are going to speak, let's have an indication if you are in support of the bill or you are not, either beginning or at the end, if you can, or you are neutral, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you.
Ukuthi niveze ukuthi nizizwa bunjani ngomthethamlingwa lo ukuthi niyawusekela nofana nusekele nofana anifuni nje kwakuthatha ihlangothi nani ngenze njalo ke singabereka kuhle.
Lokunye futhi lengithanda ukusho ukuthi yebo namhlanje siwatholile amapheshana ashoko ngemithetho kodwa sisengakagcili ukuthi singene kiyo, and then impendulo yalamaphepha nemithetho khona ngaphakathi sisengakabi ukuthi singene kiyo, kodwa siyathembisa ukuthi sizawulandelisa emuva izimpendulo njengoba besenishilo ukuthi izimpendulo zingeza emuva. Kodwa ke sinezinkinga ezithize esibhekene nazo siwumphakathi sikhona la Emalahleni. Okokuqala engakusho ukuthi uRSR ukhona uyaphila kodwa simboni. Siqala ukumbona namhlanje sevela eza nohulumeni ngaphambili ethi yena uzopromoter ezokusebenza ngaphakathi. Ama office wa RSR khona la neWitbank angazi ukuthi angakuphi. Kungenzeka ukuthi okhona okwaziyo ukuthi angangilayela ukuthi angakuphi nina enikhona ngaphakathi ukuthi nilayele ukuthi angakuphi. Ngoba zonke lezi zinto ezenzekalako zidinga ukuthi sisebenzisane sisonke. So umphakathi si Emalahleni municipality futhi nabo aba inkampani yakwa Transnet. Siyazi ukuthi ziningi izinto umphakathi obhekelene nazo. Engakusho engithanda ukuphawula kakhulu umfowethu seqhaze okuningi engasho ukuthi ama opportunities abakhona ka RSR azange sikho siwabone. Ziningi izinto ezimele zenzeke. uRSR uyena kumele amaintain uloliwe kodwa asiboni evela kithina esho ukuthi nginanayo imikhakha yemisebenzi ukuthi ngiyanipha nomphakathi ukuthi nisebenzisane nathi siwumphakathi. Cha asikuboni lokho kwenzeka. Kungani ukuthi singakuboni lokho kwenzeka? Sesibona abantu befika namaphesha ukuthi bazosazisa ngemithetho. Baningi abafowethu nabodadewethu abalimalayo ezindleleni zaka Transnet okanye kuloliwe. Akuna compensation ebakhona ngaphakathi. Ziningi izimoto ezilimalako ngaphathi kwemikhawulo yokwenqa kukaloliwe. Azange sikhe sizwe ukuthi abantu bayakhokhelwa kuloko kuleyo monakalelo leyo ngoba ziningi izinto ezenza lokho. Kungenzeka ukuthi i-safety standard ebisibe khona kulololiwe losikiwo wanamhlanje esenqakiwe awukho ezingeni eliphakeme. Okwamanje indlela ekungako esidlula kiyo wona lo umzila lo esidlula kiyo awuphephile kakhulu kubantu abahlala khona la Emalahleni ngoba sidinga indlela esephuqukile ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi senqe khona lapho. Kodwa ama opportunities anjalo mayezofika sicela ukuthi ama opportunities mayefika angafikeli kubantu abaku state esiphezulu ku BE ngoba esikhathini esiningi makutholakala imisebenzi ingathi izitholwa abantu abasenemali eningi abantu amabhizinisi amancane awakhona ukuthi azuze kuzo leyo mikhakha leyo. Kodwa siyaqala ke manje ukuthi niphinde ni reviewe imithetho yokusebenza phakathi kuka Transnet nanu RSR. Ngiyabonga.
Yeah, yes, we also are the residents of Emalahleni here in Klarinet. I want to first thank the community. Today we have received the bill and the bill have just explained what it explained, but unfortunately as it came today we are not having any information so that we can have inputs. But as you have mentioned that we can have inputs by writing, we will also do that. There's also offices of RSR here in Emalahleni, but we don't know where are those offices. And what bothers us is that when there's problems, you'll find that that's where we see RSR coming with the members of the parliament, and then they just tell us about the bill and not address the problems that we have. For instance, we do not have any opportunities of employment from RSR, and that is a big problem because now as people who are staying here, we need employment from RSR. We also see that there's a lot of people who are getting injured, hit by the train sometimes because of the safety standards which are very poor when it comes to the railway. So we also are pleading to the Parliament to help us in these issues so that we can also have an opportunities as small businesses. Sometimes you find that in these provisions like BEE, there's people who have who are wealthy or who have a lot of money who are getting opportunities, but the small businesses and individuals are not getting any opportunities of employment. Therefore, we are pleading to the Parliament to also take this matter into consideration. I thank you.
Sanmonani, igama uvusi sibongo sakamasuku ngiphumala Ward 15, Klarinet extension 3. Engize ngako mina lana uqala ngithi ngiyanamukela and then please ningagcini manje. Njengoba nizile niphinde nize futhi ningezi because ngifuna ukuthi le bill iphase. Nithe menikhuluma moqalo akhuluma ubaba akhuluma about fundamental yale safety of persons and environmental, of which mengibheka le bill mengipherusa cause angatholi isikhathi sokuyingena kiyo. Igcike kakhulu ku railway, but ayikhulumi nge-safety environmentally, ayikhulumi nge-safety yabantu. Because mongathi uyabheka umzila i-railway la ihamba khona iyenqa umzila, but mengibheka kule lapha ku clause 10 composition of e-board angiboni la kune member from NRTA or something bezomugwaqo. Ngathi bona ba exist and then ayihambi ehlathini ihamba iyenqa nale mugwaqo la kudlula khona izimoto kudlula khona abantu kenzeka khona ama accident. So siyacela lapho ngathi kule composition of e-board ninga add lapho someone from ka road. Mengidlula ngela kule safety inspector. Safety inspector le nayo idwale kakhulu ku safety railway. I safety ama passenger asiboni. I safety environmental asiboni nayo. So ngiyacela ukuthi ngathi ninga add lapho so that lama safety inspector kungabi railway phela, because it seems like this bill it will only protect i-railway, but ukuthi i-railway i-affecta kanjani community lapho yona iyas-distance. So ngicela ukuthi kube ne-safety inspector ezovikela nomphakathi. Bese kule third part sebakhulumile nale speaker space lapha phambi kwami sesikhulumile ukuthi kule third part ama opportunities ngicela nisuse nama red tapes amaningi. Ngicela ivuleke sikhona ukuthi nathi esisakhula singene kule system. Siyazi okay la Emalahleni by the way ukuthutha kwabantu by railway kulow kakhulu. Ngasho ngithi ak exist. Kuthuthwa kakhulu amalahle nale chrome lehlala indlula bathi iyatshontshwa. So thina singena kanjani lapho ukuze si assiste? Imiloto rail nayo singena kanjani ukuthi si assiste? Phela iyeza nathi sidinga ukuthuthuka. Mangabe ukuthi ama goods ayandlula kuphela la kithi but as assisteke ezomphakathi. Ngiyabonga.
Greetings, my name is Vusi Masugu from Ward 15. I will start from welcoming you that you are here, Parliament Committee, and I would like to say that you must not just come here for the bill only, you must come again and tell us the improvements. When I see the bill, it doesn't say anything about safety. When I look at clause 10, I don't see anything about safety for the passengers or the environment or the goods. Please add the board for safety for passengers and environment so that they will help them. There is no safety for passengers and environment. I think this bill is only for the rail system only. For that party, we need opportunities. Please remove all the red tapes here Emalahleni. The train is only for the good so far. We people, we don't benefit anything. Please make sure that there is a benefit for people, even though the train is for the good only. Thank you.
Sanibonani. Igama lami iVoda wakamabitla, ngihlala extension 6 ward 12. Siyabonga ukuthi namuhla nifikile eParliament kodwa nihamba nodwa. Bekungcono kube nize nayo Transnet oladuze nathi. Sithi masibuza imibuzo sibuze yena straight uTransnet. Councillor Tolo, we appreciate you baba ukuthi ukhona, and then what 12 will never be the same. But then please, railway layer affecta population ening what 12, what 14 and what 15. Stella next time communication ibe proper so that wonke umuntu affectwa ilesa sporo abe ala ngoba lesa sporo sis affecta sibaningi. Siya affecteka laphana esporweni, siyafa ngetraffic. Ufika lapha 5 o'clock uyofika endlini 9 o'clock. Ulindile lapha esporweni. Ulinde ukuthi train clear and then uzodlula. Zingakhi izimoto eziba kuma accident nga that railway. Yet indaba yakhona ithulekile, akukhulunywa next. Akukeke kuthiwe iTransnet ngelinye ilanga ikhona councillor ipha abogogo izingubo or ma food parcel or labantwana bethu be matric. Every day they are applying kuma skill development and everything, but even one of us akakeke kavele ukuthi guys within what 12 ivast injalo ama appointed ngithole ibazari or something from Transnet, but yet we are affected laphan. Nabo nabeze esikolweni sometimes abakhona ukufika. Ngayo lento yale railway leya elaphana esporweni. Siyahlupheka ngalento leya. Siyacela nisize nayo cancel usitholele nabo laba be Transnet abakhona lapha. Babuye la sizokhuluma nabo sizobatshela thina indlela bas affecta ngayo lapha. And please enye into councillor asikwazi ukuthi sizoloko sithi Transnet asiyazi Transnet nomsebenzi noyi1 akekho ozophuma la manje sisigcwele siso akutshela ukuthi mina ngisebenza eTransnet even contract elungisa lesa sport akekho noyi1 la osebenza khona yet thina si affected kuya apply okwenziwa yonke into, but at the end of the day bagqoka izigipa ezibovu lapha basivimbile bathi bona bafuna umholo ukhuphuke. Ukhuphuka njani thina one of us angekho lapha? Abobana bakhushukelwa yimiholo while thina siwa 12 siyasafara. Abobana bafuna ukukhushukela umholo while siwa 12 siyasafara. Siyabonga ukuthi iParliament enkhona kodwana sicela ukungasubmit next for now. Until Transnet iba visible to us, until Transnet izositshela ukuthi yini ezosenzela yona. Sicela ama bridge lapha railway sicela ama bridge until Transnet asakhela ama bridge lapha. There's nothing thina singayisubmita ngoba si affected, and lento is been sina 12 years thina sila Klarinet, but yet akunamnyakazo akuna next until yena uTransnet ezakithi azokhuluma nathi. That's where we can submit ukuthi sithini ngale bill, but for now cha. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Miss Ivodia. My apologies that I lost the surname. I appreciate the fact that the Parliament has come to us, but the problem that I see is that what is the use of the Parliament coming here and not coming with Transnet? I am therefore making a humble appeal that next time when you come to us, please bring Transnet along so that we can pose our questions directly to Transnet. And I appreciate the fact that Councillor Tolo is here. And the problem that we have is that we as the affected communities, we do not benefit anything Hence, we are making this humble request that Transnet be here because there are so many issues which we want Transnet to respond to. Like, for instance, there is so much convenience there at the railway crossings because we have to wait for the road, for rail to clear before we can pass, and this causes a lot of inconvenience because we wait a long time on those railway crossing. And the other thing is that I humbly make this request that Transnet have social responsibilities to the communities who are affected. They must give them the bursaries, those who are affected, for skill training and other issues, so that the communities close by can benefit. The other thing is that even school children are inconvenienced at these rail crossings when they go to school because they have to wait for a long time for clearing. Now we are requesting Transnet to come here next time you call this meeting so that we can tell all these issues directly to Transnet. Because as I speak now, there is not even a single one inside this hall who can say that he works for Transnet on a full-time basis. And even the contractors, those who are doing the smaller jobs of repairing the stations, even them, the benefit is only temporary. And you find that there are people there with red shirts who are complaining that they want their wages to be raised. And I don't know who they are talking about, or because we are not benefiting anything and we are not employed. Hence, I think that we are not going to make any submissions until Transnet comes to the community to answer those questions which we have. And there was a bridge which we were promised, but we don't see any movement toward that. So all in all, there is absolutely no development in those affected areas. Hence, we are saying that we are not going to say anything until Transnet comes here so that we engage with them. Thank you very much.
Sanbonani, Mr. Chairperson, a member of the Parliament, nama members of the municipality, ama councillor na bahlali bonke base Emalahleni. Igama lami uNicholas Sambo ngihlala Ward 14. So kahle with regard to this document, I'm not sure if I should say we accept or I don't accept because I'm not familiar to everything that is happening in this document. So committing to this, maybe it will be selling my soul, and of which that I'm not ready to do now. So my concern is about the issue of safety to the communities that are living along the railways. You see there where I stay in Ward 14, there's a railway that is connecting the Transnet Harbour and Ferrobank. That train is traveling there every now and then, and we cannot say the train mustn't go there because that is very important for the economy. And bear in mind, there we have got communities sitting on both sides of the railway. We have got small kids after school or even on weekends. They go and play along there on the railway, and of which I feel is not safety for the kids and the community of Ward 40. So the other things that I am concerned about is the issue of maintenance on the Transnet infrastructure. Point number one, you see there on the railway side, there's a grass that is growing tall, and there are people, those who are walking, let's say, maybe in the early hours of the morning and late hours when they come from work and to work. Those people, they had to walk through those long grasses there, and that place is not safe. There are people, there are sources on that crossing junctions. So I'm not sure if the municipality or Transnet themselves, they can maybe try to come up with a way on how can they assist with that regard. And the other thing on the bridge that is, the footbridge that is linking the location and the town. Every day, even myself, I walk there every day. You see on that other side, there are broken steps and all these things. So, and there are open gaps there, a very big gap that even a person can fall in there. So that thing, I think there's a bit of a problem when it comes to the maintenance of infrastructure. And the other thing that I'm concerned about is that the Transnet is not here. I'm not sure if this thing was done deliberately or whatsoever. But it would be very good if Transnet was here so that it can engage with the community directly, because I think it's my first time to stand around with people and discuss the issue of Transnet and safety of the community. So I think now Transnet should come to the people and engage the community on what is the way forward in assisting the problem of the community. And if Transnet as well has got a problem with the community, then we can communicate and see where we can resolve the issue. And the other issue is the issue of criminalities. Transnet is transporting chrome on that railway. Innocent people are getting injured because when people are taking the train, looting the chrome and all those things, the security guys, they start shooting at people, those who are just walking on the side, innocent people. Some of them, they get shot and all those things. So I think maybe those two parties, the community and Transnet, should come on the same table and maybe try to communicate and see if there can be a solution when it comes to that issue. Thank you.
Ngilochise. Igama lami nguNicholas Sambo from Ward 14. Ngithanda ukulochisa usihlalo, ngilochise nama member of parliament. Engakutsho ukuthi angeke ngisho ukuthi ngiyavumelana nebhili lena noma ngiyaphikisana nayo ngoba angakatholi ilwazi elinengi ngayo. Mara engakutsho ukuthi istimela lesi siletha inkinga lana begodu angeke sisho ukuthi istimela sengasadluli lapha esporweni ngoba istimela lesi siletha ukudla la eSouth Africa. Indaba yokuvikeleka komphakathi nokuvikeleka komakhiwo lapha estimeleni giwo ocakethekileko bengibawa ukuthi iparlamente iqale begodu nabantu laba babereka lapha kulomakhiwo loya abekho safe abakavikeleki ene lokho kuletha inkinga la emphakathini. Bengibawa ukuthi uminister asisize lapha ebridgeini, le bridge lela livuza amanzi ene umuntu angawela khona. Ibridge lela alikaphephi. Kunenkinga ekulu ngendaba zokulungiswa kwalela bridge nendaba zokulungiswa kwesporo. Bengathanda ukuthi uTransnet kube bekakhona naye ezwe inglilo zethu. Begodi kokuthoma ngijama phambili ebantwini abanengi ngikhuluma ngenkinga zala emphakathini. Bengibawa ukuthi uTransnet kube uyasiza lana emphakathini ngoba abantu kwesinye isikhathi bayalimala. Bengicabanga ukuthi uTransnet namhlanje uzoba khona. Ngiyathokoza.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguRita wakamapha ngihlala la eWard 12 eSiyanqoba. Inkinga esihlangabezana nayo ngale yandawo yalapha eSporweni. Isiporo leso sibangela ama-accident. Sicela ukuthi uTransnet asikhulisele le ndlela ngoba le ndlela incane yi-one way. Ama-trucker aya-overtake akhona ukushayisa abantu. Isho okuningi sebakhulumile ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much. What I would like to say is that we are having a problem in our community because of accident there at the railway crossing. I am therefore humbly pleading to the authorities to expand that road because that road is very small and I think it will assist if it is expanded, mitigating against the incidents. That is all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Sanibonani. Igama lami nguLieno Kamaseko from Ward 15. Okokuqala ngiyabonga ukuthi nifike namhlanje baka railway bazosipresentela le memorandum of objective of railway safety hills. But I'm not happy because mangabe ngicabanga imemorandum iba namalanga ukuthi abantu bayifunde bose bakhona uunderstand then bose bayayiphendula. So now namhlanje sishaywe ngesurprise, it's fine, siyabona lokho nikushoyo, siyakuthanda, but again for me it's not enough because it's a short time. It's like nifika manje nizosiroba thina kose lesivume. It's fine konke enikubhalile mina ngiyakujabulela, but engizocela kuyi1 lapha kule clause 10 niyasho ukuthi nama member ngaza ingaki nama stakeholders are involved lapho. Ngiyakujabulela lokho, bengicela ukuthi njengoba manje le bill yenu yakwa railway niyoyiphasisa again, mase iphasile come back to us as umphakathi wase 14, 15 and 12 or affected. Nithathe i stakeholder khona la kithi sikhona ukuhlala phansi, sikhona ukuthi nathi sibone ukuthi kwenzakalani than ukuthi sizotshela abantu bangaphandle ukuthi sekunento enje because abantwana bethu ema-matriculants aqedile kunalabo bane-science whereby bangathathwa bafake khona lapha kwa-railway bakhona ukuthola ama-opportunity ukuthi babatraine, bakhona ukuthola ama-opportunity ukuthi basebenze. And the other thing, nala kulo mkhakha lo we-railway nathi ngokwethu siyafuna ukuba khona because of what thina kudala besizibona lezi zinto ngathi zabelungu ngathi thina zisifanelanga, but now sinama-chances, especially we as women, we can be given a chance ukuthi nathi singene la kulo mkhakha. So again ngizocela nina futhi ngokwenu abantu bethu beparliament, can you please assist us as women of 14 and 15 and 12 to have those opportunities so that we can run this race, because without you guys anyeke siye ndawo, but nina njengoba senifikile thina sobamba kini ngoba noNkulunkulu mangabe simfuna siyamthandaza. So namhlanje thina sobamba kini ukuthi nina nizobuya kithi nibuye futhi nisicele ukuthi nisitshele ngamathuba azabakhona so that we can run this race nani. Okunye futhi engicelayo seba elaborate too much ngebridge, but really this bridge we need it. Ekseni kuyastaka, ebusuku kuyastaka, and again our officials wakamasipalata control traffic ngabo 6 ayachayisa. After that lapha vela kusasebenzeki. If i-railway ingakhona again ibuye la kithi umphakathi wase 14 15 ukhona ukuthola ama-volunteers lawa azowatraina ukuthi ngalesikhathi lesi laba mabachayisile bakamasipalati ngo-6 babuye bathatha ama-volunteers so that we can go and work there, because isihleli we can be trained. Akusho ukuthi singabatayi kangaka ukuthi singahluleki ukuthi sicontrole ama-traffic. So ngiyacela naloko ukuthi ngathi ningabuya kithi futhi nizosenzela lokho. Angazi, ngiyabonga.
Greetings to the Parliament. My name is Lea Masego. I'm from Ward 15. Today we have received the bill and we can see that the bill has fine details, but unfortunately there's nothing we can agree upon the bill because now the time is short. It seems like in fact you caught us by surprise. It seems like you want us to give you answers as soon as now, but you know that can't happen as you're expecting. I've heard that in your bill there's clause 10 there, which stated that there's stakeholders and the members of the members of the parliament. So we are urging that please, those stakeholders, they also have to be they also have to discuss these matters and come back to us, especially Ward 14 and Ward 15 and Ward 12. And then when they come, when you return for giving us the answer about the passing of the bill, you have to also take one of our stakeholders locally so that also she or he can participate. Because we have children who are also qualified in field of science and technology and so forth, which needs opportunities for themselves also to be employed. So if they can be one of the stakeholders from our side, that could be a great deal so that we can have, that our children have that opportunity. And even ourselves, we need opportunities to be employed by the railway agencies. We as women also pleading to the parliament that please, can you also give us opportunities? We are hoping in you that without you there's nothing we can do. We know that God, yes, can give us opportunity, but he can use you to give us those opportunity and have employment. We want to also plead to the parliament that at least as the officials there by Transnet, they are knocking off at about 6 p.m. So we were pleading that maybe we can give us training so that we can volunteer. When they have left, we will be left behind so that we can continue with the work, because there's problems there by the railway which they exceed the time which they have knocked off. So if you can help us with those problems, we can be very glad, especially the opportunities of employment. I thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that round. We are going to take a next round of hands.
Sithokoze ke ngalabo abakhe bakhuluma njenganje sizokuthatha abanye abazaphakamisa izandla zabo.
So I'm going to take 10 hands, and thereafter, before they start, I just want to make 1 or 2 interventions.
Sizakuthatha ezinye izandla ezilithumi kodwa ngaphambi kokubana sithomise ngizakhe ngingenelele kancane.
Number 1, Sisi right there in the black, yeah, come. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, behind him. Right at the back, 8, 9, 10. All right. If we could we reduce our volumes, we'd really appreciate it. Let me explain. Maybe many people arrived when we had already explained the process. This is a parliamentary process. It is not a Transnet meeting. It is not a Emalahleni council meeting. In Parliament, in particular, it's the Portfolio Committee on Transport. So the bill before you is related to rail safety.
Ikhuluma ngendaba eziphathelele indaba kaloliwe njengombana niphethe lapha.
Aya utoligion. God, it's fine. It's for you, Ndiazomare. Uyazroba ngokutolika man. Uyazroba, and I don't want this to happen. So, tina apa sizolalela nina. Nisitshela ukuthi kule bill ekhona lapha yini enifuna uyibona ifakwa khona.
We are here to help you so that you can explain or have a say.
We are not here to help. We are here to listen to inputs.
Silapha ukuthi sizolalela imbono yenu.
Gale bill kuphela.
With this bill only.
Yeah. Now, abantu abaninzi bakhulume ngo-Transnet nenkinga abanazo no-Transnet.
Many people have spoken about the Transnet and the problems they encounter with regards to Transnet.
Angizuma lapha ngithi lezo nkinge azikho.
I will not say that those problems are not present.
Mari ngiyanicela ngiyanibongoza uba sizame ukuthi sibuyele lapho sikhona.
I'm urging you, I'm pleading you that we can we just stick on what we are supposed to stick to.
Uspikara we council ufikile naye ukhona la icala kwami.
Is the speaker from the council? He's here in near me. He's in our midst.
Undiqinisekisile ukubana i-meeting no Transnet iza kwenzeka kungasikudala.
He assured me that the meeting with the Transnet will commence not shortly, not so long.
It's not going to commence. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Commence, it means yaqala manje. Izoba khona. Singeka yema holiday ni meeting no Transnet izoba khona.
The meeting with Transnet, it has been scheduled.
So ke ngesiqiniseko sika speaker ukhona lapha ngiyacela ukuthi ke indaba no Transnet nenkinge zika Transnet singabi sayiphakamisa ngoba uspeaker usengiqinisekisile ukuthi izobizwa imeeting no Transnet. Sikhona uhlazulula lezi nkinge sinazo no Transnet no masipala nama traffic officers achayisa ngo6 zonke lezo nto uspeaker unginiki assurance ukuthi kuza kwenzeka lokho.
The speaker has assured me that there will be a meeting with the Transnet and also the officials who are knocking off about 6 p.m. So please, can we just now not talk about the problems with regards to the Transnet issues?
Engicela ukubuza ke just for one moment ukuthi bakhona abantu abakhona lapha who ebebe khona enhlanganweni ukhona umhlangano ke wabizelwa kuwo ukucacisela ngale road safety bill okunye khona iworkshop ubuke wayibizelwa in this week or kwiveke elidlulileyo apho uhlala khona ngakumbe siyanqoba ngizwa kuthiwa bekhona iworkshop esiyanqoba apho abantu abasuka eParliament bebesitshela ngale bill ukhona umuntu lapho ngakufakazayo lokho.
Is there anyone who have been in a meeting which explained this bill before, maybe a week ago? Because I've heard that there was a meeting and also a workshop where they've explained some details with this bill. Is there anyone?
Uba ukhona nje ungaphakamisa isandla kulonda ukhona uthi hayi bengike ngayizwa kancane. Uba ukhona.
Anyone who have heard about it can just raise a hand that I've heard a thing about it.
All right. Ubona nje umuntu oyedwa nje lapha emuva ngiyabonga mfethu. No sisi lo bayizwile ngiyabonga.
I see two people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Isizathu soba ngibuze lokho ukuthi kukhona abantu abakhokhelwa iParliament ukuze beze lapha before thina malunga eParliament sizofika bakhulumisane nomphakathi bawatshele besebenzisana nomasipala ukuthi kukhona amalunga eParliament azayo azoletha into enje na kanje.
There's people who have been sent by the Parliament before we come as the committee to explain that the Parliament will be coming to your place and will be dealing with certain issues of some sort.
Kucacile ke mangijongile ukuthi umsebenzi wabo bawenzanga.
It is clear that they've never done their job.
Kodwa bayahola makuphela inyanga.
but they earn some money at the end of the month.
Mabesiza lapha bayarholelwa futhi balaliswe endaweni ezihlala kahle.
When they come here, they earn money and they sleep in very nice places.
Thina singamalungu eParliament asizothula sizoqiniseka ukuthi iyasoteka leyo nto.
We as the people from parliament, we will not keep quiet. We'll make sure that this thing is gonna be sorted out.
Engikucelayo ke nangona ngizwile abantu bathi bayibona lento kokuqala ithuba aliphelanga njengoba bengitshilo sisenophinda sibhale noba kungesinye isikhathi kubantu abaphaye left bangathumela ama-email okanye singafona ngoba sesilapha manje asisebenzise leli thuba kahle singathi sifikile saphinda sahamba.
As I'm aware that some of you have just heard this for the first time, I want to assure you that there's an opportunity for you also to write your inputs, and so that we can also proceed with this matter.
Ngiyakuxolisela lokho ukuthi nizwa ngale bill okokuqala asindlela iParliament efisa usebenza ngayo.
I'm very sorry that you are hearing for the first time about this bill. This is not the way the parliament operates.
Ayindlela efisa ukusebenza ngayo. It's not how it ought to operate.
Akusiyo indlela esicabanga ukuthi kufanele kuberekwe ngayo.
Ngoba masinibizile ukuthi nize ngesonto sicabanga ukuthi nithatha isikhathi senu, isikhathi sengane zenu, yonke lonto nisiza ngento enizwileyo ngayo. Lokho siyakuxolisela.
Because we think that as you came here, you used time you could have spent with your children or doing your personal things, but now you are here and we think that you have heard about something about the bill. We are very sorry about what's happening.
Sizoqhubeka ke sizwe kodwa.
We will now continue and hear the rest.
Sanibonani. Nelis from Sangoba. My problem is izindlu ezikhishwe Sangoba asi quality yama disability. They give it disability nje umuntu normal. The problem is sesibana ama challenge because we are in the same house, but my house is expensive than omunye umuntu oyindlu. Ezinye izinto mina nginazo like ama handle from a toilet mawusukuma, from a shower mawugeza, azikho izinto ezinjalo, but manje ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi zitholakala kanjani izinto ezinjalo. And even worse kunale ndawo lezi bathi isikolo bo la kufunda khona abantwana aba disability, angeke sikhona ukwenza ukuthi abantwana sibanike something azokhona ukuthi makaphuma lapha. Doesn't matter ukuthi ukhubazekile, because ukhubazeka kupheleli la, ungaba lawyer, ungaba doctor, ungaba engineer. Sibafundise something azokhona ukuthi kusasa abe ubaba afit ingane zakhe. Manje as man ngeza isiyanqoba nizobona izinto basinika zona. If mawakhela izinto bathi indlu for disability, but mabakunika lendlu indlu yakho ifana nendlu kamakhelwane normal. So ngifuna iParliament lisincede man lapho. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The problem that I have is regarding the quality of houses which are allocated to the disabled people. Because when such houses are allocated, we are told that they are specifically designed for disabled people. But like in my house, for instance, I do not have other facilities like washing basin and others, which are specifically to assist the disabled people. So I want to know, how do we access such? And again, regarding the school for the disability, we believe that as disabled people and disabled children, it doesn't mean that they are mentally disabled. We must inspire them to reach their best They can be lawyers, they can be teachers, and other professions. Hence, we are requesting that the authorities be considerate to that aspect. And yes, I'm also emphasizing that when allocating houses for disabled people, that there must be relevant specifications. Thank you very much.
Sanbanani, Kalama Matabo Matuluding, Suge Ward 15. Mina isikole samsivan. Ngengbe moteng zibashoti. Kulabantu laba ama railway. Sicela nibakhiphe nifake thina youth. Because youth abaningi abasebenzi. Bacela ama leadership kodwa awaphumi. Noma uyobuza mara bakutshela ukuthi iza ngesikhathi esithize. Sicela ukuthi nisuse le crew le endala. Nifakeni iyouth nibone ukuthi umehluko kuzoba njani phela yabo.
Greetings, my name is Matabo Matuludi from Ward 15. I have just one request from you. Railway should be removed. Those people who are working at railways should be removed. Sorry. We seek leadership, but we don't get it. So I'll ask that those people must be removed, and you will see, I assure you, you will see a umehluko.
Dumelang, ya bolela go ke Khadi Madire from Ward 14 Ligas. Na ke a kwa le a bolela ka bile gore sentse gore go tlo go diregeng. Sometimes le a bolela mo maphepeng a lena le a ngwala di bile gore go ba le tšhelete e itseo. But rena re le community re no e bona mo maphepeng. A le tswelele go community le bue le tle le fihlile re go ne le tšhelete e rilego le tlo direla community 1 2 3. A le direla community selo le ga ga no jwa le go bolela ka tšhelete ka ona mkhono. Transnet e ka se fihle mola go rena ya tla ya re botsa gore go na le mmereko or go na le opportunity ya youth. A go bolele selo ka gona. That is why rena re le badudi ba Ward 14 kwa Legasi re ile ra bona gore re lapile ra feletša le be gore re emisha yona terene ela re tšeela yona koromela ka borena cause a re bone gore go diregang go nwa le a tlhalosa le bolela ka taba tšhalete ya gore go na le bile e itšego bile o re tlo fokwa re sa le gone dua le boletse ka ona mkgono go ba go felela go sana nto e be gore e tlo direga re nyaka gore parlamente le re thushe e be gore le a bolela ka bile e tle e bue e tle e bonagale mphakathing gore go a laetša gore le diretse community something cause nna gone dua la re bone selo. That is why community ya Ward 14 sometimes e tšeela molao matsogong ke gale community ya Ward 14 e tšeela molao matsogong le councilor rena councilor Koko o padile e be gore Transnet e feditše e be gore e thuntšha batho go na le batho ba be gore ba thuntšitšwe ba tswile mala mola Ward 14 ka taba ya railway. That is why ke re nto le bolelago mo le beng le show ya yona gore e tlo direga mola Ward 14 cause railway go njwale yona train eo ga e feta ku masecurity a dula now and then a eme kwa go a thuntšhiwa now and then rena re a kgopela le parlamente gore le tleng ga botse le bolele le Transnet le tleng le re thušeng ka re go ka se tla ga direga selo already re sa tlo re the same se be gore mpe se direga ke a leboga.
Greetings. My name is Khadi Madire from Ward 14. I can hear you talking. And sometimes we hear you talking about money, making promises that this is what is going to happen. And sometimes we even read it on the papers that this is what you promise to do for the community. But the problem is that you do not come to the community to come and speak to us. You actually do nothing for the community because we see nothing that has been done. Transnet also doesn't come to the community to come and talk to us. So the community is tired, and we intend to stop any project that is going to happen. We want Parliament to come to us and help us. The community at Ward 14 is tired. The people at Ward 14 got shot. Some even sustained serious injuries to an extent whereby their intestines were exposed. So we are really tired. So we need Parliament to come and actually provide us with help and intervene. I thank you.
Sanibonani, ligama lami ngimnonhlanhla Ngwenya, ngisuka la iWard 12 la iMNS. Ngiyaniva nikhuluma ngeTransnet, yes, affecta sisonke la iKlarinet. Thina siyiMNS siyakhala kakhulu, sihlala emkhukhwini, la sihlala khona, sicela ukuthi nisisize, nisikhiphe la kule mkhukhu lesihlala kuyo, ngoba sishela ezindlini. Every day kunabantu abashayo lapha ezindlini. Besicela kini Parliament njengoba namhlanje nikhona ukuthi siyakhala kini ukuthi nine nithini ngathi niyasikhipha or nenza njani ngathi lapha eMNS. Siyahlupheka kakhulu kune robberies igcwele kakhulu lapha eMNS. Kunabonyawupe bagcwele kakhulu eMNS. Siyacela kakhulu ukuthi nisikhiphe. Uma kunama vote you are number 1 ukuthi nize eMNS. Sicela ukuthi namhlanje kube ngithi number 1 leni sikhiphako siyezindlini nibuye futhi nisitshele ukuthi kwenzakalani. Dankie ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much. My name is Nonhlanhla Ngwenya. We are from affected communities. We stay in informal settlements, and most of the time we experience shack fires. We are asking the authorities to remove us from that place because it is dangerous. And there at MNS, there are robberies because there are drug addicts there who perpetuate this situation. So we are humbly asking for the authorities' intervention regarding those challenges. Thank you.
Ngikhuluma. Nakina ana wa ga phahla ke dula Siyanqoba ke a khopela tsatsing la legone ke khopela Parliament in thuse because ke dutse ko mqashong and ke disable ke gola charity ya go bajwa and every month swantse ke ntshe 800 rand ya go patela rent ka mo ke attenda spetlela every month charity ya go ya spetlela le charity ya go patela rent ya mpalela. So masipala kile go yena from 2019 until pishan the emergency asanka niya this year no ka August unele to patin tlewe kaina di window kaina mabati kaina toilet tshwanetse nna gape ke lokisa yona ntlewe so ke gopela thuso and mngat stand o tsoma stand sa gagwe this month so ke gopela gore lena Parliament le dire gore ke tswe ntwela iluke because unneile yona masipala because ntwela isenyegile ka mogare so nna ka se kgone lokisa ntwela because ke gola charity ya go bajwa so ke a khopela gore ntwela tshwanetse iluke because nga stand utsoma stand and then 800 rand ke patalang every month ya mpolaya le transport ya go ya spetlela every month a ke kgone di ampalela dilo se ka moka ke a khopela and ke dula ke di one bana ba ka ba sekolong so ga ke na motho nthusang ke a khopela thuso go lena maybe lena le tlonthusha pata go le masipala umpaletse a gona silo sa nthusang ka sone ke mo ke boning teng gore masipala rena batho ba ba leng disable a ga re serious o ti naganela yena ka go bana yona as long asha bana ba gagwe ba ja ba robetse ga botse rena batho ba ba jwang ga botse le reng ka rena sona ke khopela thuso tsa ding la legone ke a leboga.
Siyabonga mama. Siyacela mani volume ibe sezantsi please so that silalela abanye abantu babekhuluma nawe mawukhuluma sifuna ukuzwa just ama volume please thanks.
May we please just lower our voices so that we can hear the inputs from members of the community. I am humbly pleading with you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am here as a disabled person, and I am renting where I am staying, and I pay 800 rands for rent, and I also have hospital costs because I have to go to the hospital every month. I approached the municipality in 2019 to ask for assistance regarding my situation, and they promised to give me a house. In August, I was allocated a house, but that house does not have windows and toilets, which means that I have to fix all those, and I don't know how am I going to cope. Hence, I'm asking the parliament to intervene, and I hope that they will be able to assist me in this regard, because I have gone to the municipality several times seeking assistance there, and I'm staying alone because my children are at school. And every time I went to the municipality, I did not get any assistance. And it is now clear in my mind that the municipality does not care about us as people who are disabled. That is why I'm asking the parliament to intervene in this matter, because it is clear that the municipality are only concerned about themselves and their children, but they do not care about us, people who are disabled, in spite of us knocking on their doors seeking for assistance. Thank you.
Amandla, Amandla, awethu, awethu. Sanibonani. Lo khulumayo Peter Mahlangu from Ward 14. Let me tell you something, my good people. Ama problems wenu akusila nikhuluma ngawo Transnet or any other institution. Ama problems wenu is the parliament. Singawakhuluma ngama plan from starting with RDP, NDP, and all these other plans. But until uze ube ne monitoring in your institution, awenzi next. Basikhombile kahle amhlophe ukuthi they are not monitoring. And in government, you've got 3 spheres of government for a reason. Up and including a sphere in between the local governance and the provincial government in the form of the district. If ngaweqiniso bewafuna nibe informed about le process again, there's a flaw according to those spheres. Unfortunately, they wanted this matter to mushroom, and they understand in 2 minutes. Hloniphani amanye ama-spheres of government. Sikhombeni ukuthi ninayo i-monitoring, but until so far, nisikhombile ukuthi i-monitoring ayikho. Ngamanye amagama, ningama-voters, nithume abantu aba-wrong. This bill lena, ukuze abantu bakhulume ngama-problems wabo, is because ayikhulumi ngabo. Ukuze ikhulume ngabo, kumele kulungise yini? Kulungise iparliament. So that ama-SOE government azoflowa. Unfortunately, nina ningama-monitors, you're not doing your job. That's why nikwazi ukuthumela abantu to the ground with actually pay for mahala, for sitting at their comfort zone, then but claim ukuthi bona bashaya ispan. Unfortunately, abashayanga ispan. Ni parliament yethu niyasidumaza, niyasilimaza. That's why siyoqina sesikhuluma into eziningi ezingafuneki. Kwamanje kufanele ukuthi siyahleba ngo-Transnet, but Transnet azingisimvotele. Sivotele ama-politics afaka governance, so that nina as abantu abasebenza inside our government, inside our building, nina enidla i-tax yethu, niyenze umsebenzi ngendlela right, nidla mahala nani. Vukani makandeni, asafuni isiqampu, sifuna actual things so that our people are going to live better. But as long as niqhubeka ngesiqampu, you are wrong people to occupy those offices. Ngiyabonga.
Greetings. Greetings, one and all. My name is Peter Mahlangu from Ward 14. The problem is not Transnet and other entities, but the problem is our parliament. We can talk about, you can talk about us as RSR and other entities, but if there's no monitoring, then there will be a problem. There's three spheres of government in form of district, local, and so on. Then you have to respect those spheres, because now you came with a bill and we are not having any clue of this bill, but you want us to understand this bill by 2 minutes. It's clear that you have sent wrong people who have, as the chairman has indicated, that they are earning money, they sleep in nice places, and then they are not doing their job. So we are pleading for you as a parliament to implement monitoring, because if you do not implement that, then the problems will persist. Please, may you as a parliament wake up and help us, because really we see that by this way you are failing us. I thank you.
Dumelang. Leina la ka ke nna Penet wa Gamphaga, ke modudi wa gona mo Klarinet mo Ward 12. Parliament, we thank you for reaching to us today. But the problem is, with this bill, we currently not in need of a paper, but we need men and women who are ready to shove their sleeve and go to the ground. We need people who can solve our problems on the ground. With this bill, as it says, it gives more powers to the inspectors and the ministers, but it's not talking about the community. It is not addressing our grievances that we have on our community. We have a railway that is disturbing us on a daily basis. We have trucks that are on the road on the daily basis. Then we as the community, as the affected communities, what must we do if we have those problems and there's no one on the ground to help us to solve those issues? Currently, we've got a lot of mines here at Wheatbank. We need to know how, as a railway, you can move the trucks from our roads and make sure that they use the trains to transport coal. That is one of the major things that we want to hear from these bills. But then when you say railway safety bill, it doesn't tell us if there is an accident on the railway, what is my safety then? It only protects the inspectors. And also you as the parliament, you must be clear to listen to these people as much as they're talking about Transnet. It is also part of your duty of oversee. It means that you must leave your offices and come to the ground and see what the community is talking about. It is one of your also objectives that in the meeting that our speaker says there will be a meeting with Transnet very soon. You must send one of your representatives also to come and listen to the problems and the solutions. Because somehow, if our municipality doesn't have budget for the bridge, you must step in as our parliament and make sure that you also meet our municipality halfway. You must be able to go to and speak to the Transnet also to see how we can also solve these issues. We have already lost a lot of life, and one is too many. Please, make sure that whatever the bill you come up with next time, we need to come up with the solutions. We don't need the discussion to see how we can help us, but we need the solution. We have already a lot of problems. Help us, please. I thank you.
Dumelang. Leina la ka ke Penet Mphaga from Klarinet Ward 12. Ke leboga ge le tlile mo le tlo boledišana le rena. Jwale ge seo re se hlokang jwalo ka setšhaba ga se pampiri e ngwadilwego, empa re hloka gore le tleng bathong le tlo boledišana le rena. Mere, ke a bona le ka go le direla molao kakanyo. Empa seo re se tlhokang ke gore o tshwanetse go be le bohlapetši ka gore se re se bonang ke gore le fa batho bao e leng gore ba dira monitoring go ba bona bohlapetši mmogo le di-inspectors maatla. Mme seo re se tlhokang ke gore go bane le poledišano magare ga lena mmogo le setšhaba. Go bolelwa mo gape ka gore go nyaka go tlošwa di-trucker tšeo leng gore gabotse di tloga di re-disturba ke sporo goba yona railway mmogo le di-trucker ka mehla. Jwale ke eng seo se swanetšego gore se dirwe? A e ka ba di-trucker tše di tlo tlošwa jwang mo ditseleng gore go tsene ditimela? Mme re tlhoka gore palamente e theeletše batho e be yona e dirang bohlapetši. Mme go tshwanetše go bane le dipoledišano gore go kgone go fihlellwa ditharabollo a ke palamente e tle bathong. Mme re kgopela gape gore palamente e ye ko Transnet e boledišane le bona. Re hloka ditharabollo mo mathateng a re nago le ona. Ke a leboga.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguLindiso wakwaDlomo. Ngihlala extension 7 eJardini lasisi wami. Anginayo indawo yokuhlala. Ngihlala nomntana ona 13 years owavela ne-epilepsy. Lo mntwana wathi makavela 2009 wavela nayo le epilepsy. Iqale ukumhlupha ana 3 months. Ngihamba izibhedlela lo mntwana akaholi, uhamba ama psychologists. Anginandlu yokuhlala ekungeyami. Uke washa amahlandlo amaningi emzimbeni. Kodwa akukho la ngisizakala khona. Ngabhalisa kwamasipala ngifuna indlu. Basolo bangitshela ngokuthi ngiyoze ngithole indlu makwakhiwa izindlu siyanqoba. Zivelile izindlu siyanqoba mara indlu angiyitholanga. Lo mntwana uyafunda la eMkhalizwa. Uma ebhala akakwazi ukuqedelela amagama, akakwazi ukufunda. Una 13. Ngize naye namanje nginaye la. Akukho la ngizomshiya khona mangihamba. Ngoba kufanele ngihlale nginaye ngaso sonke isikhathi. Mina ngisizakala kanjani ngalo mntwana one epilepsy engihlala naye eJardini lasisi wami? Uma engafa ngiyomngcwabela kuphi? Anginabazali, anginandoda. Ngihlala naye lo mntwana. Anginandlu. Anginamuntu ongondlayo. Siphila ngale 900 rand ayiholayo yegrant. Uma ngiyombhalisa akasasa ngiyobhalisa imali yokuthi udisability bayidecline akaholi. Ngiphila ngale mali yegrant ye 900 rand abantwana ababini engihlala nabendlini. Anginandlu engihlala kuyo ekungeyami. Bangitshela ukuthi makuphuma izindlu siyanqoba ngizothola indlu, angiyitholanga manje bangitshela ngo2024 solo ngihleli kwidatha kwamasipala angiyitholi indlu. Ngithola nini mina indlu ukuthi lo mntwana khona ukuthi ahlale endaweni yakhe ecomfortable? Ngicela ningisize because nasesikolweni baya complaina. I-Department of Education ingenzele incwadi. Beyibhalelwa ama psychologists ngihamba izibhedlela every day nalo mntwana. Ngihamba ama psychologists nalo mntwana every day. Awe speech ngihamba ama psychologists ukuthi une epilepsy. Bangenzele incwadi ukuthi ngihambise esikolweni. I-Department of Education izamile ukusiza mara angakasitholi isikolo sokuasisa umntwana. Akakwazi ukubhala, akakwazi ukufunda, una 13. Akanandawo yokuhlala. Ngihlala eJardini lasisi wami la ngingahlala ngakhona kwahle kwamina. Ngicela ningisize. Ngidinga indlu yokuhlala nomntwana nesikolo sokufundisa umntwana. Ngiyabonga.
Greetings, my name is Lisindi Swadlomo. I don't have a place to stay. I have a child who's diagnosed with epilepsy. He even burned himself or herself several times. I don't have money to go to hospitals. He or she goes to school, but is not able to study well. I stay with my sister and I don't have money for support myself and the child. I only rely on a support grant, which is 900 rand, and is very small for all the costs for the child because he or she is not well and he needs help. Please help me, and Even at school, they wrote me a letter of complaint that the child needs help. But because I don't have money, I'm unable to attend hospitals now and then to help the child. Please help me. I don't have a place to stay. I need a house. I need a house so that the child will feel comfortable and have a home. Please help. Thank you.
Office of the Parliament, Office of the Speaker, and all protocol observe. My name is Doris Zulu from Ward 15 under the leadership of Nombuso Mokwan. Okwami, Office of the Parliament, kuncane nje, kodwa kuzozwakala. Kunomama okhulume kabuhlungu la, athi i-crisis esiyibona laphayana esporeni on a daily basis, it's very sad. Imiphefumulo iyaphela kuleya ndlela leya. Abantwana mababuya ezikolweni baphelela kulesa sporo lesi. And okubuhlungu ukuthi abanawo ama opportunity eWard 12 nase 15 nase Siyanqoba. All the time makuvela izinkinga mawuthi uyabuza awuyitholi answer. Ama job opportunity makavela as women abekha bomama. Ama opportunity makavela ayikho youth. Ayikho even ne young women. Esizothi mabathi mabavela bathi naba bayavela bavela eSportnet kuvele abantwana bethu esibazi ukuthi bahlala kulama ward engwabalile. Siyacela kakhulu Office of the Parliament ukuthi nis assiste. Maningezi la kithi kulomphakathi just ukuzogqwalisa iregister. But siyanthuma ukuthi hambani nobatshela ukuthi Emalahleni bayakhala bomama. If you can check indlu namhlanje abantu abagcwele la it's women. Cause bane concern yokuthi sine clinic erana 24 hours. Kodwa ngenxa yokuthi asilitholi uncedo abanye bomama baze baluze abantwana esporweni. Cause ambulance ingakhoni ukungena iyonceda umuntu wesimame. We are very much concerned about that. Sikhathele ukushona kumasipala sokhalela umasipala kube nikhona. Namhlanje nize kithi uthi chairperson makakhuluma sifuna ukuzozizwela ukuthi nikhala ngani. Chairperson siyakhala sibomama. Siyakhala iyouth ukuthi asilitholi uncedo. Klarinet ivast manje ikhule ngendlela emangalisayo. Sesine siyanqoba ukushona le kubo Verina. Ene umgwaqo ongenayo ophumayo munye. Because if uthatha ama shortcut uzobathola bakulindile abafana. So asifuna ukuthatha ama shortcut sifuna ukuhamba kude national road ngokuphepha. Siyacela futhi ukuthi indlela yethu zamani ukuthi ikhule. Nikhulise incane kakhulu. And I'm not happy ukuthi le program niyenze namhlanje on Sunday. Kahle le program bekumele ukuthi niyenze during the week 2 o'clock so that manizophuma ngo5 nobona icrisis eyenzakala lapha. Namhlanje it's Sunday niyovele ni flow nje maniphuma. But come tomorrow. Uphuma endlini ngo8 o'clock ungene endlini ngo10 o'clock. And we are women sishiya abantwana emakhaya. Siyacela siwumphakathi we-Ward 12 and 15 and 20 bambisanani nomasipalata wasenkangala Emalahleni. I thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Doris Zulu. I'm also one of the community members who are affected. There is one lady who relayed a very sad story. We have a very serious problem on the rail crossing because people die there. Children also die at that rail crossing, and we do not get any interventions there at our areas at Siyanqoba. And again, there are no opportunities for women, youth, and young women. I am therefore asking this committee, parliamentary committee, to intervene, to make intervention in that regard, because seemingly Spoornet is not interested in making any interventions in those affected communities. That is why I am making this humble plea to the portfolio committee. And I hope that the portfolio committee, as a portfolio committee, you did not come here just to fill the register, because we have very serious problems in our communities, especially we as women. A lot of women have problems or issues with their clinic. Though we have this clinic, a 24-hour clinic, but we don't get assistance there. And most of the times, the ambulance cannot go to communities because on time, because of the railway crossing. Sometimes it takes time for the ambulance to go through that railway crossing. Hence, we are asking this municipality and the committee to assist us in that regard. As women, we are grieving about the situation we find ourselves in our communities, because there's only one road, and we cannot take shortcuts to our destinations or back to our homes, because that is very dangerous to us as women. And we are making this humble plea for the expansion of that road, because that road is very narrow. We think that the expansion will assist to ease some of the problems that we have. And we are asking this parliament, like today they have conducted this meeting and it's on a Sunday. I wish that they could have come during the week so that they go and witness for themselves what we are talking about. If they came during the week, when we leave here after the meeting, we would have asked them to go there and see for themselves the problems that we are talking about. That is why I'm making this humble plea for Parliament's intervention on all those challenges we are facing as communities. Thank you very much.
Yeah, eregi dumedisa kaofela. Ka lebitso ke tsholofelo Nyatlo ho tswa ko Ward 28 Nokaneng. Dr. J.S. Moroka. Yes. Yeah. The first one ke lebisa ko the coordinators of this event. I assume that they are here because they are supposed to be here because they coordinated this event. Number one. Kamara Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga ke kholo. Some of us are tswa ko Moroka ko ko bolelang. Re na le district e ba e bitsang Moretele next to Hammanskraal, our town ke Pretoria. So re tlile Salfuru. Re fitlhile mo. There's no even a breakfast. Then we are supposed to be in a meeting. You think about it. And this thing I told me, irala hanch. At some event here fitla ko bare breakfast fitil. Please, we are the residents of Mpumalanga, not by favor. We deserve for learn breakfast. That's point number one. Event coordinators always say helira event. No tang hore batho ba ko Dr. J.S. Moroka ba tlhaba le ko gole andang Kangala district. Ba tlhaba le ko gole helira breakfast or dijo ba bieleng. Number two, language. Yeah, the document tse le dira. Some of us are Batswana, you cannot always say why it's Antoya Sendebele and Nesepage. Ratswara ko Moretele ke pleke ya Batswana. Please, next time it's andin tota tsona le Setswana. And this thing is a fact. Loka ya kwentla ite ntwa Setswana. I cannot read this in the bell. The third one, Chairperson, ke na no go kwadiwa mo. The third one, Helira event there khopela hore at least leader and the PDF lady distributing so that we can read them before we get into the meeting. Then we can research or going into the meeting. Then the discussion is more vital, because you cannot just give us these papers outside. Then we get into the meeting, we listen at the same time. We have to read this thing. It's impossible. Like you see. So please, in your next event, make sure that these papers or anything, it might be an agenda or anything, distribute it before the meeting so that we can have it recononal anything in the meeting. Okay, get mo bilimbiano. At Moloto, it's been more than 10 years. Let's say a railway. I think ifitli, and then Seres Hopelang. We recommend that when that railway ifitla, the jobs, subtenders, and others, the opportunities that will be there, please prioritize the local communities. Another one. We have the vandalized railway at Pankop. Pankop is next to Vila municipality. When you get into the Dr. J.S. Morokala in Mpumalanga, that railway is no longer functioning because it's been vandalized. Please, Lenaba Railway, Tamali Lukisen, so that the movement of the railway and other transport, the goods, the trains, the kahona for transport. Number two, we have noticed that there is no weight bridge for the goods. I saw when like Hokatsama on N4, Hofika Machado or somewhere, there's a weight bridge whereby little waiter. So I've never seen it on a railway. So I don't know hore lebereka biandu goods in what's a madia itaola. How na le traffic la. Yeah, please, we implement that. There should be a weight bridge so that those things can be weighted. Yeah, that's number two, Yaka. Visibility of law enforcement. Visibility of law enforcement on the railways. There are no law enforcement already busy on the railway. That is why we rala bohodu bo bontshi mo di railway batho ba katiwa batho ba bolaiwa le dithoto di a utsiwa trene he ka ema mola di samente ba di khothosa di a utsiwa because of there's no visibility of law enforcement. The other point. Okay. The other point from this paper, ke notile from point 11 until point 23. Kamo pampiring ere fileng yona ya amendment bill. Ere what's ka di office barriers. The term of office, like, so it means it means this meeting is not the first meeting. When nile meeting nile lona le ketari office barriers. So haru we that meeting or low nsening, but today little le nyaka bill mo horein. Agitso rwa ile la site lena mo that one hore le rena re khono go ba our own liberators re tiketele. The late Regional Tambo used to say, let the people be their own liberators and choose because they know what they want. But let the kete your own office barriers today, literally, lenyaka billion morin. Hakit. Okay. The other point. And you're not yeah, the office barriers. I assume more in case I meeting you tomala or come to this pamphlet. Because this is not the first meeting. Meeting of the previous, the minutes of the previous meeting. In case nile tendi aba attached. Morokono itore leboletse kae. Okay, we can move to the next point. The railways. Rekopela ho railway tsa lena le di fentsele. Ongore di nne le fence ka mo le ka mo so that pedestrians diskedi a tshela la ka ntlhelela. And another thing, railway tsa lena di feta ko the community tsa balimi, the rural areas. For instance, di khomo di no tshela mo khomo a itse training. That is why most of the accidents di irahala. So please, fence your railways so that the safety will be there.
Can you do the last one, please?
Okay, Chairperson.
We have already given you 7 minutes. Yeah, so just take the last point, I'm sure.
Chairperson, please, from my municipality, you didn't recognize other hands. I'm the only hand there, so they gave me their points. I'm the only one from Dr.
They will have an opportunity.
Recognize me. Okay.
Just give us your last one. Only one point now.
Okay.
Let's give him a chance. He will give his last one.
We've noticed that this railway is a matata on the community settling neighbors. Ne? The accident and other things, let's say, as a mining charter lira a 1% LA to the SLP, why don't buffer back to the communities? Why don't go railway? Let's say that a railway charter when they let that 1% to the neighbor community save and railway then they give back to the community. Then Bakono benefit because of the other hammer network noise and others. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Tsolofelo Nyatlu. I'm from Ward 28 at Nukeng under the JS Moroka municipality. Now, firstly, I would like to direct this to the coordinators of this event because I believe that as the coordinators, they should be present. Now, the point I would like to make is that Mpumalanga is very big. And inside Mpumalanga, there is also Moretele municipality. And Moretele is very far. So preparations should be made for breakfast because most of the time when we arrive at this kind of meetings, we do not find any breakfast. Sometimes we are told that the breakfast time had already passed. So please take note of the fact that people from Retele come from far. And again, the people who stay in Moretele are Tswana speaking people. So we find it unfair that documents are always made in Sepedi and Ndebele. Because myself as a Tswana speaking person, I can't read Ndebele. Now, another point is that documents that relate to this kind of meetings should be made in PDF and be distributed beforehand so that we can make preparations and be able to engage or take part in the meetings. Now, coming to the bill. It has now been 10 years since a promise was made for the erection of Moloto Railway. But up until today, nothing has happened. Now, our request is that when that project take off, any jobs or tenders that arise from such work, local people should be considered. They should be given jobs. Another point that I would like to raise relates to a vandalized railway that is next to Pankop. My request is for that railway line to be repaired. Another point is that I have noticed that along the N4 highway, there isn't a weight bridge for any goods that travel along that road to be weighed. So I actually do not understand how you work along that road. My next issue is about visibility of law enforcement officers in or along the railway. The reason why there is so much crime along the railways is because there isn't any law enforcement visibility. The reason why goods that are being ferried along the railway lines get stolen, it is because there isn't any law enforcement visibility. Now, coming to the document that we've been provided with, I have noticed that from point 11 up until point 43, those points are about the office bearers and their terms of office. Now, when that was discussed, why did we get sidelined? Because we should have been invited so that we could choose the office bearers that we prefer. Now, I would like to point the statement made by the late Howard Tambo, where he said that let people be their own liberators. So, by so saying, I am saying that we should have been involved in that process of choosing office bearers. Or, on the documents that we have been provided with, the office bearers' names should have been stated there. Now, the next point is a request for you to erect a fence along the railway lines, because your railways go through other people's farms and their livestock get killed in the process when the railway goes past. Now, this railway causes problems. And my next request is for a railway charter to be drafted that would then grant the neighboring communities along where the railway line passes to at least be given 1% of whatever amount that is being made. I thank you.
Thank you very much for that round. I heard a lot of people saying they are hungry. This is your meeting. It will be directed by you. Are there still some people who would like to give some input? I see a hand there. You can come. I see another one here. Number 2, Mama, you can come. Any other hand? Number 3, you can come. Any other hands? Let's reduce the volume. I'm sure this will be the last round, so that we can deal with the issues of hunger. Let's just be patient with others.
Ngicela ukuthi sikhulumele phansi sikwazi ukuqeda ukuze sibhekane nezinye izinto njengoba abanye sebakhipha isikhalo sokuthi sebalambile. Ngiyacela.
Going. All right. All right. Sesizayivala ke ngalabo abantu balapha ngaphambili. Ungeza ngaphambili bhuti ungaqalisa. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be our last round.
Sanibonani.
Igama lami ngibongani College Sikhosana. I'm from Dr. J.S. Moroka, Ward 14. I'm not so sure whether it's safe to say I have missed a few things because I arrived late. But nonetheless, I felt the need to contribute. Regardless of the fact that Dr. J.S. Moroka, we don't really have this railway thing. We're under the impression that maybe in the future it will be built for us. I don't know, Chairperson Guti, was there any explanation with regard to the importance of this railway bill to the people? Because our people need to understand that for a bill to be passed, how difficult must it be for it to be reversed such that they get an opportunity to be able to participate fairly and freely? Because if this document is passed and people did not participate on it, it will be really, really difficult for them to reverse it back. But nonetheless, let me continue. I'm of the impression that we all have this document because I'll be referring to it almost all the time when I speak. I want to quickly visit the powers of a railway safety inspector to deal with unsafe conditions. I hope we're all there. My concern is really on the time frame that is not labeled here in that section, where it says, subject to the submission, if the railway safety inspector has a good reason to believe that the condition or activity is a threat or may be a threat to safety of the railway operation, the railway safety operator may submit a written report to the affected operator, and the operator must be allowed a reasonable opportunity to respond to the report. Now, the wording here is of a major concern to me because it says must allow the operator a reasonable opportunity to respond. What is the reasonable time frame? Because according to me, you were speaking about safety of the people, and if there is an incident that might occur, we're expecting a response from an operator that does not have a time frame. It's very problematic to me. A person can be injured within that period that is said to be a reasonable period that is not mentioned here. It would be nice that this be ratified. If it's 48 hours, let it be 48 hours, such that if an event occurs, we're able to take that person to account. Secondly, let me move to chapter 7. Chapter 7, quickly. Yes, I'm there. It says here in point 48, the minister may prescribe a railway incident or accident as a railway occurrence. And it further says, an operator must, as soon as possible, as soon as practicable, after a railway occurrence, secure the scene of the railway occurrence, prevent the movement or removal of the rolling stock or infrastructure which has a direct or indirect bearing on a railway occurrence. Now, an operator here has a responsibility to stop the movement after the occurrence of an incident. And then it further says, such rolling of stock or infrastructure must be moved in order to provide medical help or any injured person. Now my question is, an operator must stop the movement. Now an operator is given another responsibility to stop the movement of goods. Is the operator really a security or a police officer? That is my question. Now if an operator is unable to stop the movements, because to me, one person cannot really stop the movement of so many people after a particular incident. There is a loophole there that could cause a life. I am appealing to you, go revisit this document that you have given us and take it practically to see if is it feasible enough to apply it in a case where there is an accident. Let's say a person has died and an operator is expected to stop the movements of goods from there. Is it really possible? People are shocked, people are traumatized, people are reacting in different ways. Some want to steal certain things. Is it really possible for one person to stop the movement of goods and all of those things? I really don't think so. Now, not unless if maybe I'm not familiar with this thing because I'm only seeing this document for the first time and I've been trying to read it through. I hope maybe I have made a proper contribution to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am going to raise issues about some aspects of this bill, particularly regarding the safety. Because here on these clauses, it is said that there must be a time frame when a railway occurrence has occurred. And now what I do not understand is that when there is a threat for safety, as the regulator is said that the operator must be given a specific time frame, but here it is not specified. That time frame is not specified. So we want to know in an incident where a person is injured, what is going to happen here? Because I think that some of these clauses must be rectified, and it must state very clearly, for instance, if it is 48 hours, it must be clear, and for the person to be accountable. And now when we go there at chapter 7, where it is said that the minister considers the accident as a real occurrence, we want to know regarding that issue as to whether does that have a bearing on other regulated aspects. And the other issue is what I do not understand is how is the operator going to be responsible, or rather, because it is said that the operator is responsible to stop any movements in the event of a railway occurrence. My problem is that will that operator, just one person, be able to stop the movements and to seek medical help for the injured person? I don't understand that. Is it that the operator is expected to be the security or a law enforcement officer? Because I do not think that just one operator will be able to do all those things that are required. Hence, I'm making the humble plea to the portfolio committee to revisit this document, because some of the clauses here don't seem to be feasible to us as the community, or as someone who just read this document. Or maybe I don't understand, I don't know whether is it possible for just one operator to do all those things, because we have heard that, for instance, if he or the operator stops the movement, there may be a situation where other people want to steal, and that will be a problem to the operator. That is why I'm saying that some of these clauses have to be reviewed by this parliamentary committee. That is all I want to say, and I hope that this is a valid input. Thank you very much.
Good day, everyone. My name is Dorothy Nchabeleng, and I'm from Ward 12. I have few concerns regarding the rail safety. As a deaf person, because deaf people, they do have their own cars and they drive a lot, and they also pass through those railways. So if there is no bridges, what is going to happen to deaf people because they are unable to hear? So it's better to have bridges so that cars and people can pass by. So I think for safety issues, a bridge will have to be built. Thank you so much.
Greetings, my name is Dorothy. I'm from Ward 12. Yanibingelela, igama lami nguDorothy. Ngibuya eWard 12. Mina ngizela
Mina njengoba ngila ngumuntu ongezwa cabanga ukuthi kufanele ukuthi nathi ke sinakwe ngoba sinemoto nathi siyandlula laphana kumjantshi ku railway crossing, kanti ke njengoba singezwa kuba yinkinga ke lokho kusifaka engcupheni. Manje ke besicela ukuthi ke kwakhiwe lelo bridge ibloho ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi ke kubhekelelwe ezokuphepha kakhulukazi kithi ngoba lokho kungasiza kakhulu ukunciphisa izingozi ezikhona kumjantshi. Yikho lokho nje bengithanda ukuthi ngikusho. Ngiyabonga.
Ke alijumelisha sitshaba kamuka sesikopane ngam. Nalina la ka ke na Lucas Seloka Mathelele from Ward 14 Koligas. Sa mathomo ke rata go leboga go bona parlamente le hono e tlile setšhabeng go ya le ka nna ile la mathomo go tloga mola ke voutang ka 1994 is for the first time ke bona parlamente e tlile in the community. So ke rata go leboga gagolo ebile ke re se ke ya ba le hono fela le a mammatšatši le fele letla. Mara my main concern jwale ka mojuji e le ga le la mathomo ke bona parlamente e tlile setšhabeng ke one. Ke kgopela gore ge le parlamente le tla go rena le setšhaba le seke la tla go rena le na le agenda ye leng ya lena, because ge o ka theeletša 90% ya batho ba boletšeng fa dilo tsene ba di bolela di against the issue ye be lentše le bolela ka yona fa. Why? Lebaka ko gore batho ba na le di-complaints tše dintšhi tše le gore di a ba affecta mo di-areeng tše ba dulang mo go tšona, and then ga ba tsebe gore ba santše ba llele ko kae. So today we are here re tlo bolela ka railway safety bill. Ke ntho e botse re a e leboga, mara problem ke one ya gore ka baka la gore ke ntho e botse ebile e tla ka parlamente re a kwešiša gore e tlo diragala. But what about the problems tše dintšhi tše batho ba nang le tšona mo diwateng tša bona mo di-provinceng tša go fapafapana? So now my proposal ke one go parliament, before le tlo tla mo go rena go ba le tla mo di-communityng te phe nako le tsamaye mo diwateng ward by ward, and then le fe invitation le be le nyake additional go di-issue tše le tlang go tla le bolela le community ka tšona gore di-question ka moka tše re tlo gobane re di raisa fa re di raise go batho ba maleba re tseba gore di tlo fetolega gone jale re botšiša dipotšišo tše di seng di a swanela gore re di botšiše. Why? Because the political party tša rena di tlama go rena during the election and then ba re tshepiša maaka. At the end of the day ga ba sa tla re le setšhaba ga re tsebe gore re santse re lele kae. That is why re raisa di-issue go lena parlamente today, and then of which go bonagala o kare we are out of order. This is a right place for us to raise whatever issue. Why? Because ga gona mo re išang di-issue tša rena gone. So ke a kgopela today gore di-issue ge le tla mo setšhabeng re feng opportunity re add di-points gore di-minister tša maleba tše le gore na di-issue e be bona ba tlo go tlang ba answera di-question tše re nago le tšona. Ke a leboga.
Greetings. My name is Lucas Seroka Matelele from Ward 14 at Legacy. Now, firstly, I would like to thank the Parliament for having come to the community, because it is my first time ever since I casted my vote in 1994 that I get to see the Parliament having come down to the community. Now, my request would be for you to please come again to hear our problems. Now, my main concern is actually about the fact that the Parliament comes to the people having already prepared their own agenda or what is to be discussed. Now, the reason why you see members of the community derailing from that agenda is because the community members have so many problems that they actually do not know where to direct them. So having Parliament, having visited the community, we believe that this is the right place for us to can raise our concerns. Now, I can hear that today we are supposed to actually discuss the railway safety bill. But what about the problems that the community members face? So I suggest that before the Parliament can actually convene a meeting, they should first start by going deep into the community, go from ward to ward, and hear what the community's concerns are. The reason is that our political parties only come to us when elections are nearby, and they would come and make different promises, while we have our own problems and we don't know where to send them. So I would actually like for the Parliament to actually bring the relevant people, so that when we have a meeting whereby there would be a prior discussion where they would have gotten what our problems are, for those relevant people to be there in the meeting so that we can raise our problems accordingly. I thank you.
Sanibonani, bantu abakhulu baseParliamente nama councillor wetu akamasipala, siyavuya kakhulu unibona abantu baseParliament Zendikhulile ndingaka ndiyaqala ubabona abantu baseParliament phakathi komphakathi. Iyandivuyisa loo nto leyo. Mna ndihlala eWard 12. Gama lam nguLungiswa Nkosi. Ndihlala eWard 12 eSiyanqoba. Isikhalo sam sinye kezi zindlu sizinikweyo. Sinama-toilet ngezindlini. Asinamanzi. Asinama-toilet wasestratweni. Abantwana bethu abanasikolo. Funeka baphume befika kwethu apha basithumele emaplasini. Abantwana bofunda emaplasini bagxothiwe keso sikolo bofunde bonga intsimbi. Ebonga intsimbi bafunda nabantwana abadala abatshayayo, abadelelayo, ababethanayo. Abantwana bethu bafika ezindlini benza ezo zinto. Ngoku benicela ukuthi amanzi asetoilet siyanukelwa, amadrain ayabloka, siyaripota, siripotile kamasipala. Akho nto eyenzekalayo. Asinamanzi. Amanzi, uSpeaker wasinika amanzi asekudeni awekho ezindlini. Enye into yesibini ngicelela abantwana bethu umsebenzi akho umsebenzi. Umasipala usithumela la incwadi zokuthi sibhatale ama-services mara akusetyenzwa, akho mali, asinamanzi, asithuthelwa nomlotha. Ngicela isikolo, ngicela amanzi. Ngiyabonga ngibile njalo.
Greetings, my name is Lungiswa Nkosi. I'm from Ward 12, Siyanqoba. Today I want to greet everybody who's here, people from Parliament. As we speak, it's for the first time I see people from Parliament coming to our place, and I'm very glad about that. I have only one problem, however, that we don't have a proper water supply into our houses. We have toilets in our houses. We don't have toilets outside. And our children also, they are not attending school because they've been expelled from school. They've been sent to a school in Bongintsimbi. And there in Bongintsimbi, there's a huge problem because now our children are attending the school with children who are smoking, and those children, they are also very naughty. So that brings problems to our children because we have taught them very well. There's also a problem with our drains. They are blocking. We have reported the matter to the municipality. Nothing has transpired, nothing has happened. And another thing, we fetch water far from where we live in. So that's another problem that we are faced with. The other problem is with regards to the unemployment of our youth. Also here we are pleading to the Parliament to help our youth to receive employment as well. So there's these things that I'm worried about that I'm pleading to the Parliament to help us with. It's the matter pertaining the school to help our children to return back to their school, and also the problem of water supply. I thank you.
Sanibonani dumelang. Lo khuluma la umwekezi Mogasho. I can't say ukuthi ngihlala phi. Whether it's Ward 14 under Councillor Koko or Ward 12 under Councillor Tolo, myself I'm confused. Because ekhaya kuselokishini yes, ngisesiyanqoba I'm occupying someone else's house who hasn't been there for decades. So that is why ngingazi ukuthi ngihlala laphi. I was working once. I had to resign from my job because I was told ukuthi I can't apply for a house due to the fact that I'm earning over 5,000. I had to resign, which makes me jobless for now and also homeless because ngihlala endlini yomunye umuntu angisebenzi. So into engenze ukuthi ngisukume, I wasn't gonna stand up and say anything. So I felt like I'll be depriving myself. And sorry ukuskipa ngiyabonga base parliament ukuthi nizile nazobona maybe my problem and my issue will be taken seriously. I'm a South African. I was born 1982, live South Africa with bank, but anginandlu. Abantwana abancane nakimi banemizi. Abantwana abancane nakimi abanganasidingo semizi banemizi. Mina, I'm moving from one house to another. Apparently, I've turned myself umuntu kamasipala waste because indlo nendlo lenyohlala kiyo ngiyayiklina ukuthi umnikazi akwazi ukungixosha seyiskuni. Kusho ukuthi mina sengizicashile mina ngisebenza edodini. Ngoba indlo ngiyithola ngifika ngiyikline ngiqale kusilingi dot phansi ngishone ngaphandle ngiyocenta then umnikazi abona ivalue yendlo then angitshela ukuthi yahle enhle kungimanje the house that I'm occupying because ngiphume ngoDecember and I have nowhere else to go. Me as a South African citizen, umama nobabami who were shot and wounded through a struggle sala in South Africa. Ngalabo 1976, I have no house. Angazi nina abantu base parliament ukuthi such a decent lady like me kuthini kini ukuthi anginamuzi ngihlala endlini zabantu ngiklinela abantu amajarida. My daughter is 17 years old. I can't move in with her. Aningbuza ukuthi why? Because next week umnikazi wendlu uzabangitshela ukuthi ngicela indlu. And I don't have the strength yokumova nomntwanami. Ngithi pakisha isikhwama sesiyohlala ngapha. So ngibona ukuthi I'm far better off alone ukuthi ngiyanke from pillar to post ngiyi-one than to bring the shame emntwaneni wami ukuthi athuthe nami every after 6 months. Nisfailile bantu base parliament whatsoever yini nithi nail spray or where I can name or I can't name ninikeza abantu izinto abangazideserve. Cabanga 2 burdens only phezu kwenhloko yami ukuthi I can't buy food. I have to knock ubomakhelwane ngicela ukuthi bangiphi rice ngishone nikistoba ngiphi anyanisi. Yet at the same time I have to knock futhi ukuthi ngicela indawo yokuhlala. This is the South Africa that we voted for.
Greetings. My name is Heketi. I don't know where will I say I stay because even myself, I don't know where to.
Greetings. My name is Moketse Mohasha. You know, I really can't say where I stay. I can't tell whether I stay in Ward 14 or where. I am from Siangoba. I had to resign from my workplace because I was told that I cannot apply for a house while I earn 5,000 rand. So I then had to leave my work for me to be able to can apply. I am a South African. I was born in the year 1982, but I do not have a house. People much younger than me have houses. I am faced with a situation where I have to move from one house to the other. I go around cleaning houses. I occupy a house and then have to start from scratch cleaning that house. Then after a while, the owner would then claim that house and want me to move out. As I speak now, I have to leave a house that I'm staying in by December. Myself, as a daughter of parents who were in the struggle, who got injured, some even got killed during the struggle in 1976, I do not have a house. I do not know how you as Parliament feel about that. My daughter is now 17 years old and I do not have a house. As I am about to move out of the house that I am occupying now, I actually do not know what I'm going to do with my daughter, because it brings shame to her for having to move from one house to the other. I believe that our Parliament has shamed us. You give people who do not deserve houses. Now, I am faced with a situation where I have to beg for food and also a place to stay. This is the South Africa that we voted for. I thank you.
Thank you very much to everyone who gave their input from the morning till this afternoon.
Siyabonga kakhulu kubo bonke abaphonse esivivani, siyabonga kakhulu kubo bonke abaphonse esivivaneni ukusuka ekseni kuze kube manje.
Each and everything that has been said has been recorded and has been documented.
Yonke into ekhulunyiwe irekhodiwe futhi ibhaliwe phansi.
Now that we have spoken, I'm going to ask my colleague, the Honorable Lawrence MacDonald,
Njengoba sesikhulumile ngizocela uzwakwethu umhlonishwa uLauren MacDonald
to tell you what will happen to your inputs and the way forward.
ukuthi kuzokwenzekani ngalokho enikuphonse esivivaneni njengoba siqhubekela phambili.
Once he has done, we'll ask the Speaker of Council to thank us. We also want to be thanked a little bit.
Uma kaseqedile sizocela usomlomo kamasipala wekhansele ukuthi ke aze azosibonga ngoba nathi siyathanda ukuthi sibongwe.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for all your inputs. The heroes here and the revolutionaries are you people who came here today on the Sunday to come and engage with us and tell us your stories and your plight. And all of your voices will not be lost.
Siyabonga kakhulu nokuthi nibe khona ukuthi nizophonsa esivivaneni kulolshintsho lesikhuluma ngalo futhi siyathemba ukuthi konke enikushilo ngeke sibane sikushaya indiva.
You should give yourself a big hand of applause because it's been a long session.
Ngicela niziphe ihlombe.
After all your input today, you will still have an opportunity to write to us. There's a table on my right, your left, where you can still make submissions. I've heard, and we've all heard, that a lot of people did not have the opportunity to study the bill, and you still will have an opportunity to study it and write to us and through the support staff on your left-hand side.
Bonke labo abangalitholanga ithuba lokuthi benze izethulo kukhona abasebenzi bethu beParliament la kule sandla sami sesinxele sizocela ukuthi uma ungatholanga ithuba lokwenza isethulo usesenalo ithuba lokuthi ungasenza isethulo ungahamba ufunde loyo mqulu uzwisise kahle ukwazi ukuthi wenze leso sothulo kodwa ke uzihlanganise nabo ukuze bakunike imininingwane ukuthi uma use wenza leso sethulo esibhaliwe uwazi ukuthi ke u-emailela kuphi.
As this is our second province, the first one was Northwest. We still have 7 more provinces to tackle, and when we're done with that, we will compile a report.
Njengoba ke sesiqalile lolu hambo isifundazwe sesibili ke lesi esizivakashelayo kusesekhona ezinye ezisikhombisa uma sesiqedile ngabo sizohlala phansi sidingide konke okuphonswe esivivaneni maqondana nezimvo zomphakathi.
And then we will deliberate in our portfolio committee on all these relevant issues that you have raised to us today.
Bese ke thina sizohlala phansi njengekomiti leParliament sixoxisane ngakho konke enikhulume ngakho namuhla nakweminye imihlangano.
And this is the imperative part of constitutionalism, where we have to listen to you while we make laws and legislation.
Manje ke lena yingxenye esemqokwa kakhulu maqondana nomthetho sisekelo ukuthi size sizolalela imphakathi njengoba ke sesizoqamba lemithetho.
Thank you very much, people of Mpumalanga. You were awesome. Thank you, Chairperson.
Siyabonga kakhulu bantu baseMpumalanga.
Good afternoon.
Nginlochise.
Okwami kuncane nje ukuzobonga.
Mine is not many words, it's just the word of thanks.
Okuqala nje angiqale ngibongele nina or ngibonge nina njengamalunga womphakathi ehlukahlukene, even laba lababuya kude le eJS Bokana Nkop Mametlake and so forth.
I want to thank you for coming here from different communities. Some of you come far from in municipalities like JS Moroka.
Not forgetting what 14, what 12 and what 15 for attending this bill that is brought by Parliament and making suggestions, input and clarity seeking questions, which indeed you'll get responses.
Ngithokoze begodu amawodi 12, 14 no 15 ngokuthi ke nibe nengcenye kuyikulumiswano bekhona namhlanje ikulumiswano ephathelele umthethomlingwa lo ukuthi ke nikwazi nokuba nemibuzo and then njeke isikhathi nasiragela phambili nizokuthola impendulo na kanjani zemibuzo yi.
Let me not also forget the ward committees, other stakeholders, the print and electronic media that are here to make sure that they report correct, that Parliament, it's deepening democracy in making sure that there is public participation, including municipal officials and those that comes from the province, the National Assembly, or also the municipal officials, so to say.
Ngithokoze nomkhandlu, ngithokoze amalungu we-ward councillor, ngibuye ngithokoze bonke ababe nengcenye ngisho nemedia eyenze bonyana sikwazi ukuba la banyathelisa nako konke okuye kwadingidwa la namhlanje.
Last but not least, I must appreciate the honorable members of the select committee that comes from the Parliament of the Republic of South Africa and prioritizing Mpumalanga to be the next province before you can go on recess, in making sure that you bring the bill, Chairperson, Whip, and all the members that comes from Parliament. We know that you come from different provinces. It's Sunday, but you made sure that before recess, before Parliament goes for recess, you come to Mpumalanga.
Ngithokoze ngokuswaphelisa ke ikulumo yami ngokuthi ngithokoza amalungu eParliament esijameleko ukuthi ke bakwazile ukuthi bakhethe isifundazwe seMpumalanga bonyana kube yiso esizokwazi ukuthi sizwe ngalomthethomlingwa ngaphambi kokuba iParliament iye emalangeni okuphumula njengoba asondele nje.
As you go back to Parliament as the select committee, we are committing, we are not promising that before the 16th of December, the community of Emalahleni, especially the most affected ward, will have public engagement, public awareness, educational awareness with Transnet, Transalloys, Vanchem, ferrometals, including the mining companies which Transnet or Transnet Freight Rail is transporting their commodities. It can be Tungela, Exaro, even those that are transporting coal, together with the Speaker of the Provincial Legislator, to speak also about the matters of your RDPs, the matters of the bridge, and other matters, because okunye nikhulumile sekudinga thina siwumasipala, and I'll make sure as a speaker that I put time frames njengoba bebanithathele. But today it was main about the bill, so that before they can make law, they listen to you as the community. And I'm very proud of you for making such contributions. In Emalahleni, the parliament will go back and tell them, ukuthi in Emalahleni they can engage, they have solutions, they can ask questions.
Ngizo asizibophi kodwanyana sizokuzama ukuthi ngaphambi kumalanga before 16 December sizokwenza ukuthi sibuye sizokwazi ukuthi ke kube nomhlangano neTransnet ozokwazi ukuthi ukhulume ngemraro ekeni nakhuluma ngayo ephathelene noma RDP ephathelele abantu khulukhulu abahlala emawodini athintekileko ukuthi ke kukwazi ukuthi kukhulunywe ngendaba ezi ukwenzela abonyana bakwazi ukudlulisela ulwazi lelo eParliamenteni ukuze indaba lezi zilungiswe zonke.
By so saying, as much as we agree with the bill, because you can't appoint the board, they can't be regulators. As much as we are accepting the bill, we'll still send emails as people of Emalahleni to contribute in the bill so that it accommodates all stakeholders that are affected by the rail line or by the freight line. We will contribute. It's not the end today. As long as we'll know, Chairperson, when is the closing date in contributing, and the office of the Speaker will assist the public in making such contributions.
Asikwazi ukuthi ke singenza ukuthi kube nabenza umthetho njalo njalo ngaphambi kokuba nathi sibe nengcenye sifake isandla kulomthetho omlingwa. Sizokwenza ukuthi nathi sifake isandla ngokuthi sithumela ama-email sibe nempendulo ngomthetho omlingwa lo ukwenzela abonyana sikwazi ukuba nengcenye. Kodwana ke sizokwenza lokho nasesizwile ukuthi nelanga lwamaswaphelo lokuvala kwempendulo zebhili linini sihlalo ukwenzela abonyana nathi sibe nengcenye njengabantu baseMpumalanga.
As I sit down, the bill is in order. It just needs corrections there and there, as the community has said, in order for them to make sure that they play oversight, because you won't be able to nominate office bearers, you won't be able to appoint CEOs, you won't be able to have the safety regulators without the bill that is a policy document or a law that can give you powers to oversight. So by so saying, interpreter, we really appreciate and keep on coming to Mpumalanga. We'll keep on inviting you as Emalahleni on any matters. If it happens that we are not on recess, when we call Transnet to come, because the matter of Transnet was supposed to happen yesterday, but we pose it for this meeting, and then it's something that was already in the pipeline. But we thank you so very much, and for being disciplined, listening attentively, and coming to this meeting. We grow together. We don't own the monopoly of wisdom as we are here in front, but whatever that we do, we listen to you and prioritize. We thank you so very much. As they go back, and all of you as you go back, may the Lord bless you and travel safely. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Speaker. We thank you also, and MMC, and all the councillors that are here, and your support staff for being here on Sunday. I said before you came, Speaker, I want to say it again. It's not a secret. It's the only municipality where we had office bearers, officials of that sphere of government coming to be with us in Mpumalanga. So we truly appreciate it. It shows us that you are committed to your municipality despite all the challenges. We are forever grateful. So one simple announcement is that there is food prepared for everyone. And the order which I've been requested to announce is that the color of your sticker that you have, there are people with yellowish stickers, and I believe there are others with blue stickers or green, like the interpreter blue, so he's gonna eat last, this one. So the yellow stickers, you are going to be assisted first, and you are going to be directed where to go. Thereafter, the ones with the blue stickers, you are then going to follow. Those like me with no sticker, dololo gudla. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much.